Here at Jewellery Maker, we have a commitment to providing genuine gemstones. We do that by up to 3 lab tests, and we have our own in-house gemologists. That therefore means that when we say genuine gemstones, that's exactly what you're getting.
If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away.
I've not seen you in ages. It's been about 3.5 minutes, hasn't it? How are you doing? Now, this is the start of your incredible designer inspiration show today. I'm Lucy. If you've not met me before, the very warmest of welcome to all of you who are joining us for this afternoon show. Now, this afternoon will be slightly different because it'll be myself for the first couple of hours, and then Ali will take you through the second couple of hours, and then she'll take you through into the evening. So, Linda Brumwell, Linda, you absolutely ridiculously talented human being, you.
That's a great intro. I hope I can live up to it. There's only one way and that's down now, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, well, tell us, obviously, I've seen the jewellery and it is breathtaking. We are going to do quite a big focus on pearls in today's show, because it's no secret that you are a massive fan of our pearls. Yeah,
I think Sheila and I both are, to be truthful. And because it's going to get more difficult, and the least of which is going to be more expensive to source pearls, you know, in the very near future, we thought we would really just give a good showcase on pearls today. Not just any old pearls. There's a wealth of different shapes, different colours. So I just hope you enjoy it.
It's going to be amazing, and I think Linda has just hit on something that's really important. And if you joined me earlier on today, actually, we actually were talking about this, but in September to November last year, a study was done, and in 2013, between September and November, it was realised that the price of pearls to source had gone up by 40%. Now, a huge reason for that, and a huge factor in that happening, is due to weather. And unfortunately, those dreadful situations over in Japan and China have really affected pearl farming. Now, pearls that we have here are not expensive. You are getting them directly from the sources, but the prices are etching up. Our prices are a little bit higher, and like Linda has just touched on, they're going to change quite dramatically. We are just starting to really see the change in the trade now, because if you think about it, those pearls that were farmed before the price hike happened and we placed the orders of, we're coming towards the end of that now, and we're entering the new pricing phases that are nothing to do with us as a company. It's the industry standard. So before we really experience that potential hike in price, and we don't know if that's going to be pennies or pounds. We don't know how it's going to work out with the way that we bulk buy per strand. We're going to literally throw all of our pearls at you today and do them at prices which are so competitive in the industry. It's just going to be amazing. We're also going to feature in today's show some brand new, never seen before pearl strands here at Jewellery Maker. They might look similar to other ones that we've had, but they're a completely different item code on them. So they're a completely new delivery. They might have even come from one of the different farms. And one strand I really, really want to focus in is this one. This will be a sellout in seconds, and the reason being is I don't believe you can possibly get a more classic pearl. That is your quintessential classic pearl. They will be coming up. What sort of time are we going to do these, Helena, do you think? Probably in about an hour and a half time. I'm really thrilled because I thought she's going to say 4 o'clock or something, isn't she, in a minute, and it's going to be Ali. I want them! But they are amazing. Right, where should we kickstart then, my darling? We've got lots and lots of things that aren't pearls as well in today's show. We're going to really tantalise your taste buds and have some amazing, from the right-hand side, from this side. Oh, Linda, you'll love this. This is like a sunshine element.
No, it's strange when you come into the inspiration show, you don't get to see anything because of the quick changeover. You don't get previews of what's on the show, so it's all a surprise.
We'll have a look at this because you've got gold mutilated quartz in here. This is
I've
amazing.
seen that for ages.
Amazing. Oh, do you know what? It's not.
Yellow topaz.
They're topaz. No way.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh my word, just look. Can you see why I thought it was golden
Yes,
mutilated quartz?
I can, yes, definitely.
I'm not going absolutely.
Yeah, that one there is almost, I think, imperial topaz, that one
Isn't
that
it?
your thumb's on now, isn't it?
So they are stunning. You've then got these dinky beads. Now, do you know what? As much as we talk about size, the smaller the bead, I get more impressed by it.
So do I, absolutely. The smaller the bead, the more sparkle you seem to get blown off of it as well.
They're perfect smooth rounds, and yet the intensity of that colour, that's got the colour wow out of all the 3 strands, and that's the dinkiest. And they're 2 mil, and then you've got these beautiful hand carved. Now let me show you these.
Those are stunning, Lucy.
Wouldn't these work beautifully with the mother of pearl little carved flowers that we've got?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you should say that. Yesterday, I was on yesterday morning, and we had a kit on which flew out, and it had the larger, it had jade, you know, Chinese jade, carved leaves, and it had those tiny little flowers.
Did
and it
it?
also had rose quartz flowers, and it just flew out of the building within like 5 minutes.
Well, anything hand carved like
yeah,
this
it's
does.
stunning.
This is stunning. So that's to give you a heads up. For those of you who haven't yet confirmed your purchase, I've got a few people on the phone lines putting this into their basket. Get ready to rock and roll. And these are, they're beautiful. They're really, really, really beautiful. All hand carved. So 38 centimetres each strand. You've got the delicate dinky agates at 2 mil. You've got the carved beads in leaf shape at 12 by 8. And then you've got a 77, up to a 13 mil diameter on a 20 centimetre strand of the yellow topaz. Beautiful, really lovely. I don't know the last time I saw a yellow hue of a bundle.
No, I must admit, I totally and utterly agree with you. I can't remember. I really can't.
So, we're going to bring the price in, and it's going to be ridiculous. Just add it onto your order. If you've already shopped with me today, you can continue to add onto your order for only one post and packaging price all day. Just $2.95, and of course you can use PayPal as well, that isn't listed on your screens there. Visa, MasterCard and PayPal. Right, so we should be taking it to $24.85, scrap that. Yeah, Helena's got a lot to live up to. Dion's been trashing prices all morning, hun. So if you can do it under 20, yeah, 17, thank you very much. You can be in trusted hands with Helena today at £17.85. GIG C29. That was a little bit like a royal wave. It's because of what you're wearing, darling. She's looking like a royal today. Yesterday I told her she needs to wear a bin bag and eat some more pies. And today, quite frankly, she just looks like a member. She could be Kate Middleton. She's looking very, very Hunter, Bowden and Barber. You know the look. 1785 GIG C29 0800 644 655. Now, excuse me, before I sound like a diva, I do have a request from my floor manager Cassie, and Cassie, I'm so sorry because I didn't get time in the break, and I could really do with my glasses. They're floating around in my handbag somewhere. They're not in a box because I've just chucked them in, I think. And I'm sorry, I really hope you don't find anything in there that you might get bitten by. I don't know what's growing in my handbag. I don't know what my child has put in my handbag recently. I can guarantee you'll find a Lego brick in a car. And probably a half-eaten breadstick and half a box of raisins. Yeah, and a used tissue. It's really lovely in there. But in amongst all of that, she's found me specs. Cassie, thank you, darling. Cassie is the spec. Do you know you had to fix mine the other day with sellotape? I took them in to the opticians. How good is this? And they said, oh, well, they're quite, these are old frames. I've had them for a while. And they said, no, really, you're going to need a whole new pair of glasses, even though I've only just got new lenses. They said, but just leave them with us. They went down into the depths of their room, into the lab, and they had a spare arm, and they did it and fixed my glasses. £6. I can't actually see. Pardon?
To Crystal, and I told them these 3 years old. Blow it this week. I had a phone call. We've got 2 new arms for you. How about that?
How about that? I thought we were looking clean.
There's some lovely retailers out there, aren't there?
Yeah, you can see which side I chew and which side I haven't. Right. Okay, let's move on to. I've gone into teacher or receptionist mode, did you just say? Hello, box 17. I know, that's my Queen's English from yesterday, wasn't it? Hang on a minute. Oh my word. Have a look at these. One is faceted, one are perfect rounds. Faceted 2mm beads. I mean, who has the eyesight to do that? No, I don't. Even with my specs on, I really don't. I could not do that. Oh, wow. So that bottom strand. Look at your chatoyancy on that amazing faceted tiger's eye. I mean, the chatoyancy on all of it, look, so that's where you're seeing the tiger's eye movement, the play of light on the surface layer of the gemstone. That's the chatoyancy of tiger's eye. Wow, that's so impressive. And what's really impressive is then you get to see the larger size of it, because you get this strand as well. It's lovely when you get to see different proportions, isn't it? So you can take any of these. If I just take that one. Wow. Wow. So can we get up close and personal again on that, please? Isn't that impressive? So you're going to get all 3 strands. Your marquee shapes are measuring 14 by 10, and then those dinky ones are 2mm each. I love this. I am a big fan of tiger's eye. It's also fantastic for gents jewellery, tiger's eye. And do you know what? I think there's scope to use it with that yellow collection that we've just done.
Definitely. I was watching something on the telly, and do you know what? Something's telling me it was us. I think it was when Carol went to India. And you know, she did some BTs and that for us when she went. And I think there was a little bit about them faceting and putting the hole through the 2mm. And they do it every single one singularly, and you can actually see them doing it. And I'm sure it's on one of our information slides. Every single solitary one is done singularly.
Oh yeah, completely done by hand. It is the time it will have taken to hand facet. So we were talking about this earlier today, weren't we? If you were watching. And if you weren't, where were you? How rude. Come on, I've been here for 4 hours. Come on. But to take a piece of tiger's eye, to cut it to the size, to either then highly polish it in a perfect round, or to facet and polish, to then drill, and then think about how long it takes you to put your 2mm beads onto beading thread. And that's happened for full 38 centimetre strand. Do you know what? We're going to bring the price in. There's got lots of you chomping at the bit. They're beautiful. This is ridiculous. Everything we've just said, and then we go and do £9.95, £9.85. You just buy them, don't you? Put them on your order, one post and packaging price all day. Maybe this is your first purchase today. We have been talking as well earlier. If you would like to text in, let us know, what was your first purchase here at Jewellery Maker? What was your first purchase and when did you do it? Let's see how many newbies and faces of old that we've got with us today. So £9.85. Faces of old, like me and Linda, we're faces of old.
Faces are very old in some of us, yes.
4 years.
I know.
4 years.
4.5 almost.
Yeah, it'll be. It's my 4-year anniversary of joining us in September sometime.
Yeah, and we had a good 6 months prior to that.
You did? In a cupboard, didn't you?
In the cupboard, yeah.
Used to, record in the cupboard. I never recorded in the cupboard. I came straight into the studio.
Sheila and I could only get in one at a time in the cupboard. So.
No, very little as well. So it was the tiniest cupboard in the world because they're so small. They're like little borrowers. We enlarged them on screen for the telly. Actually, keep them in my pocket. Couldn't you just keep Linda in your pocket? Couldn't you? Just can I say, the jewellery that you will see today is truly, truly aspirational. It is extraordinary quality. Do you have a quick sneak peek?
The pearls are gorgeous.
Those pearls are stunning. Absolutely exquisite. We're going to look at all of those in close detail imminently. Tell you what, there's some scope for some of the tiger side to work with some of these pearls.
Oh, definitely. Do you know what? Absolutely, definitely. Yeah, I want to do that. If you move those over onto those pearls, it's just phenomenal. That's the gemstone that should be added. Yeah.
Stunning.
Yes. And those little 2mm will be so useful with that bundle of pearls.
2mm with the Keshi.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm having a deja vu.
That's lovely. Can you imagine making a little bow from the Keshi and then having that as the drape and things like that and cluster them?
Beautiful. So £9.85 and all of that. Huge congratulations to all of you who've made a purchase today. Has anyone texted in, Helena? What was their first purchase or how long have they been watching for? Yep, someone's already texted in. Thank you very much. Let's see, my first purchase was about a week ago and I've been buying every day since. I'm addicted to your programme. But I must stop. No, Tracy, hun, you just got to face facts. This is your life now. There is no turning back. You will miss us when you go away. You will pre-record shows and you will be addicted. So just go with it. Welcome. And stay with us. Don't fight it. Sharon, my first purchase was 4 years ago. You were the presenter, a kit with 95 findings, and I've been addicted ever since. Sharon, you see, what did I just tell you? Sharon's vouching for me. That's it, you're in. Once you're in, you're in. Yeah, the days of 3 round strands.
Yeah, exactly.
10
sometimes 2.
2 strands.
Yeah, sometimes 2 strands of amethyst, sometimes 3.
Beading thread and elastic, we didn't even have monofilament.
And sterling silver, probably 20 odd findings at first, moving on to a maximum of 43 after about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was never any other threading materials. And it's fabulous looking back to see how we've grown. And we've only grown, you know, that supply and demand thing, and with our fabulous customers and that, you know, they've really encouraged the powers that be here to do what we've always wanted them to do, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's been it's been their say, not us.
No, it's amazing. And we've just come along for the ride. Yeah? Right, we're going to move on. Keep them coming in though. What was your first purchase and when did you start buying? Yeah? 60777. I'm just nosy. That's all it is. Me and Linda were nosy, aren't we, doll? Okay. The rondelles. One of December's birthstones, this. I've made my mum tanzanite jewellery for Christmas this year. Last year. This year, I'm going to go with turquoise. It's her birthstone as well.
beautiful.
Oh my word. Right, I just want to clarify something before I... Oh, okay, that's what I was waiting to find out. When it comes to turquoise, and when it comes to so many different gemstones, there are very, very typically practices. Can you tell I've been on air for 4 hours already and wouldn't run out of words? It's going to be a great hour and a half ahead, I tell you. But there are some very, very accepted techniques that are applied to certain gemstones. For example, even in some of the world's most high-end jewellers, you will get filled rubies, you will get heated tanzanite, you will get oiled emeralds, you will get reconstituted turquoise. Oh no, this is real turquoise, completely natural. So it's really, really accepted that turquoise is really, really hard to come by, and yet jewellers want to keep up with demand. So a technique has been developed which takes turquoise that doesn't look great, but it's turquoise, and it's we have it here, reconstituted turquoise, and it's basically ground out and it's mixed in with a type of resin to reform to a more desirable shape to bring out the best of the colour. So when you get natural turquoise, it's a big deal, and it can command some incredibly high valuations on the open market. These pieces are big, they're completely natural. I would highly recommend you looking at putting them with red, because the Navajo Indian sort of influence of jewellery is coming back quite strong at the moment, and that's a very typical combination, would be coral and turquoise. But these are amazing. Look at your colour. Can you see those different hues of blues? Can you see that delicate faceting on there as well? And you can clearly see, can't you, the fact that they go from a 5x3 up to a 10x5. So it's a 13 centimetre strand, however you do have the spaces in there, so I'll do an approximate that you're going to be getting in terms of the amount. Your guaranteed minimum of 60 carats, and that will be over an approximate 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, approximately 30 of them. Now even just restranded like that as a bracelet is stunning. Very Monaco, darling. I'm going to just parade around on my yacht. You know, when you go on your yacht, Linda.
Yeah, I do that most weekends.
I know.
Strangely enough, I am actually going to be ending up in Monaco on a yacht stroke cruise next month. So I need that.
You didn't tell me you were doing that.
Yeah, that's where that's our final port of call, is Monte Carlo. So, oh, I can't tell you how much I'm going to take over from Jenny now once I become a holiday bore. So,
I'm going to Cornwall.
Yeah, oh, but yes, but Cornwall, yeah, Cornwall's special. I love it.
Right, we're going to do an incredible price on these. Now, the beauty of turquoise as well is it goes with gold and silver, and copper, and rose gold and antique bronze. It's beautiful, really, really beautiful. And again, you know what?
Fabulous. You know, the special thing about turquoise as well is the fact that an actual colour has been called after that gemstone.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, that's so true.
We do use it a lot.
That is so true. That is so true. That says a lot about the gemstone.
Does, yeah.
Because that is a colour in terms of gemstones that is unique to this gemstone.
Very much.
You get other gemstones, so for example howlite and magnesite, etc., that is dyed to look like it. And I think if there is I think it goes a lot. There's a lot to be said about a gemstone of which there is a faux alternative for, or a reconstituted version, or dyed other gemstones in order to look like it, because it's so in demand. People are going through the process of trying to make another gemstone look like it or recreate it. The painstaking process of recreating something made out of plastic or whatever it may be in order to look like the gemstone, because it's that in demand. Right, let's do an amazing price for you. So EXRU35. Did you see the second of the new kits that we had on this morning? It would look incredible with it. Oh, we're not stopping there. We're going to honour the last price when it was completely destroyed. It should be £34.95, £10 off, £24.95. And even though it's gone to effectively a clearance price, we're honouring it, and you've still got that 30-day money-back guarantee. So £24.95. Well done, Maureen and Lynette and Patricia. Just waiting on a few more confirmations there. Press your option 1 if you're on the phone lines at £24.95 EXRU35. They're going to be coming up about 2:30. Look at these.
Gosh, that's a new one. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, they're massive, aren't they?
Gorgeous. Really
Aren't they?
round, really round. Wow, that's a lovely combination. That's actually changing them to a very pale turquoise, isn't it? The turquoises. It really is beautiful.
And it's lovely to have a little play around actually.
Yeah.
When you get yours home and see what they're going to work with. It's quite nice. We hear quite often our designers and you at home as well have all said that you'll just get your strands, cut up your strands and just sort of let them go loose in the tray and see what falls with what.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to move on. Let's go to 14. Ooh, a chippity nuggety one. A chippity nuggety one. I sounded Irish then, that's my Irish roots coming through. A chippity nuggety one. I am part, and Ryan is, yes, and I'm part Irish as well, which is why I have to fake tan a lot. Okay. Pre-night white agate. Sodalite, where have you been?
Sodalite, it looks deeper, doesn't it? It looks
Doesn't
more
it?
violet.
I thought maybe
That's a
looking at a bit of a
surprise.
lapis. That is a
Yeah.
surprise. And then specitite garnet. Oh my word. Did you join me yesterday for the designer inspiration show? Well, did you? Did you, Ben? Ben joined me. Yeah. He was compared to William Shakespeare yesterday with his image. We don't
Actually,
quite
his
know why.
profile is very Shakespeare, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you think?
I think so, yes.
Oh, you could totally capitalise on that, Ben. They're always out looking after the bard lookalikes in Stratford, where I live.
Maybe I'm moved
Yeah.
to Stratford.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think-
you are
yeah.
related to the bard. You should look
Maybe.
into that. You could actually be a millionaire, a billionaire.
Mm.
You might be a direct descendant of Shakespeare.
Am I allowed to go and check now?
Are you allowed to go and check? What? You're going to ring your mum?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We can find out actually. My uncle, who sadly passed away last year, he wasn't at my family side, in other words, he was an in-law, right? But he's direct descendant, and I've got all the provenance at home, plus many paintings of Anne Hathaway. So we might be able to track you.
That would, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh my word, right. Text in who are you related to? Famous people you're related to. Not as who you know, we want to know who you're related to. Famous people you're related to. Now, my nan swears blind we're related to Christopher Columbus. I think she's made it up. But she's always sworn that she's denying it now that she's ever said it. Right. So you've got your pre-night, you've got your sodalite, your white agate and the specitite garnet. The reason I was talking about yesterday's show though was we had an amazing collection with memory wire in it. Just literally slide them onto memory wire, perhaps even alternate a few sodalite and then the white agate. You're going to get a really, really, really fabulous look, and we're going to do something ridiculously low price with this. This is called Bohemian Chic. You've got 80 carats of specitite garnet in there, and it should be £18.80, and if you buy it all individually it would go to £18.80. However, by buying it today, remember you can use PayPal and Visa and MasterCard. It's only £12.80. They're gorgeous, the richness of that sodalite, the vibrancy of the pre-night. They're fab, aren't they? 0800 644 655. Come on then, we want to know anyone related to anybody famous, even though it might be the most ridiculous way back in history link. I don't think I am, other than Christopher Columbus.
Well, you must be related to Adam and Eve somehow, mustn't you? So we can all
I
say
think
that, yeah.
I think we all are,
yeah, exactly.
which would mean that we are all related
Yeah.
to each other, and that is not something I want to think about.
No, not me.
What? Pete, are you related to anyone famous?
Apparently,
I love it. Pete's got one. Come on, Pete. Come on. This is Pete, everyone. He's fab.
it's not famous, but it's Cree Indians because my last name's Crees. So apparently, I don't know whether to believe this, but my dad says that I'm related to the Cree Indian tribe.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
You see, that makes you a lot more fascinating than I ever realised,
All right,
Pete.
well, yeah, I'm a fascinating guy.
That's exciting. That is exciting.
Gosh.
Yeah. Anyone text in? 60777. Is no one? Shall we have it then, people? You know. Because apparently you're only ever 6 people away from. 6 people away from Kevin Bacon. Yeah, that's the advert, isn't it? Right, £12.80. I could just do a bacon sandwich. Are we going to do those now? We're going to do these. They're huge. First of our brand new strands on today's show. Now, this has been classified as a potato pearl, which is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. With a potato pearl, what you're looking at is a bit more of an oval shape of pearl, opposed to any others. I would actually put these closer to being a round. They're not a perfect round because they're a 10 by 9. They're a light grey colour, and they are going to what price? You have to buy these. You have to buy them. You have to buy them. They are superb quality. The layers of the nacre are incredibly, incredibly smooth, and that consistency of colour means you look at these and they look expensive. Have a look. Aren't they just breathtaking? Did you get the purple pearls this morning? They'd look amazing with those. So they're a 10 by 9. Go on, Linda. Spill your brain.
Spill my brain, that'd be messy, wouldn't it? They're just stunning. They're just stunning. They're so incredibly versatile, least of which being, or the best stage for those pearls is just as a single choker necklace, or just as a 20-inch necklace.
What colour metal would you gravitate towards with these?
To be truthful, I would ultimately sort of think, yes, it's got to be silver. But it doesn't have to be, right? If you say have got gold rings or gold watches and things like that, then most definitely gold would work with it fine. But just make sure that you make the gold perhaps have a little bit of a stage itself too. Perhaps make. I was talking yesterday about the fabulous Duchess of Windsor's pearls, that etc. etc. And I'd probably pop one of those off and make that into sort of a little pendant.
Now, I did see a little bit at the show yesterday, and you had those bead caps.
That's right. And that's exactly what I thought of, because the pendant on this mega strand of pearls, which incidentally had Calvin Klein bought it for his wife back in the 90s, and then it went to auction again in 2007. It had a reserve of 2.8 to 3.1 million. That was one necklace, the one pearl pendant.
What?
Yeah, one choker necklace, pearl pendant, which was just the one pearl. Okay, there were a few little diamonds, small diamonds in it, and a pair of the most amazing earrings. And get this, so we can now do it, because anybody can do this now. It was a stud earring mounted in gold with little diamonds around, and one was a South Sea black pearl, and the other one was a South Sea white pearl.
What, odd earrings?
Yeah, yes, odd earrings, and there's so many photographs of her wearing them. And eventually, in 2007, it went to Sotheby's, and it went for 4.83 million. Those 3 pieces.
And they weren't even matching earrings.
And they weren't even matching earrings, Lucy. No, how bad is that? But that's what you could do with those. They're the relative size. I'm not saying you're going to get 4 million for them, but they'll look the part.
I tell you what, it would be great to try and recreate a 4.8 million
exactly, just
suite
recreate
of
it.
necklace.
You've been inspired by that particular set of jewellery. Create it using these.
1995. Seems crazy. 1995, we've just been talking about a £4.8 million necklace. Hi, Lucy and Linda. Hi, Lucy and Linda. Linda will remember this one. My uncle was the first violinist in Billy Cotton Band
Thanks,
that used
Jackie.
to be on the telly when it was black and white. Love and hugs from Jackie in Basingstoke. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, doll, but it
Billy
sounds
Cotton Band
fabulous.
was also on the radio before it went on to telly, so I'm probably older than hopefully I look.
Really?
Yeah. It started off with wakey, wakey, da 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 da. There you go. So yes,
Right.
yes, I do remember it well.
Sarah, related by in-laws to
Oh.
Monty Norman, composer of the James Bond theme tune.
Whoa.
Have you got 4.8 million for that necklace? Have you got it coming to you? That's really cool. That's really cool. And we were talking about people, you know, because my old boss was the voice of He-Man and the A-Team.
Really?
Yeah. I've worked with quite a lot of
It's
celebrities in my
amazing how
lifetime.
many skeletons we have in our
Yeah,
wardrobe.
I've
whether they're
got
good or
quite a
bad.
lot of skeletons, but I won't bore you because obviously I used to work in the world of the
did.
celebrity. So
Yes, you
yeah,
did.
got quite a few. But not related though. I want to know the related ones. That's ace. That's really fab. And this has all come about because we think that Ben might be related to William Shakespeare.
Yeah, the more I look, the more I think he is.
My nan also thinks we're partly related to the Queen, but again, I think that's my nan in La La Land. How you doing, Dinkster? Is she watching? You're right, Dink. I'm a descendant of the Norwegian royal family. Sadly, I don't have a title, and that's from Mary. Mary, darling, I think you can do something about that because you can buy a title.
Okay.
How much does a title cost?
Well, it all depends, really.
Lady Linda. How much does it, if you want to buy it, look at that. Would they let her have a title?
Yeah, my title, it's probably not going to be one of those credible titles. They'll
No.
make one up for me, won't
No,
they?
talking about credibleness, that's we're going to go to a short break. When we return though, we are going to be getting ready to rock and roll. And I've got a fascinating fact to tell you on the other side of this. That's ridiculous. See you in a mo.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
Hello, right. Fascinating fact. Did you know you get a plot of land? Right, if you want a title, so if you wanted to be Lady Linda, guess how much it would cost you?
How much?
And you get a plot, 2 square feet in the Lake District.
Go on then.
So you buy this plot of land, so you're a landowner. Is this real? Go on, how much do you think?
In
So
the
you get-
Lake District?
In the Lake District, you get a 2 foot square plot of land.
2 foot square.
A 2 foot
That's
square.
basically a grave, a plot, a cemetery plot.
Well, you
I've
get
already
it.
got one of those.
I love how prepared you are. Oh. So, 2 foot square plot of land, and you can call yourself Lady Linda. You get a title. Guess how much?
Lady Linda of the Lake. I like that. I'd be prepared to bid $29.99.
Right, it's $18.95.
Bargain.
For 19 quid.
Buy it.
You can be.
Lady Linda of the Lake.
But if you want to be a lady in the Highlands, it's $29.95. Why don't we all do it? Do you think you're more likely to get upgraded on a flight? Because if you are, that'd be worth it, wouldn't it? You'd get your money back.
Worth it.
If you're gonna, would you think you would? Do you think you get upgraded on a flight if you were a lady?
Yeah.
Do you know that's really cheap because the cemetery plot's a lot more expensive than that. A lot more. So you could have that as your plot. Oh, I'm losing the plot. Let's get on.
Right then, I tell you, we're having a really charming afternoon. We're talking about grave plots and everything. It's lovely. Have we got anyone out there who's ever bought themselves a title? $18.95. I'm going to do it, you know.
I think that's brilliant.
Pardon? You can get upgraded for free on flights. Do you know what? That's what I was just saying. It's worth it, isn't it? It is worth it. Has somebody done it? Is that why? It's from an anonymous. Is it you? Is it you? Well, right. Linda,
Right.
you have created an incredible, we'll just get down to reality for a moment.
Well,
but
can I
mean,
just
it's not
interrupt
reality.
you there, actually, because this isn't. I would have created this, but Pip did them.
No way.
Pip did this.
This is so you.
Yeah, I know, but it's actually Pip's put things in here I probably wouldn't have put in, but it just shows the fact that this should happen more often, that perhaps some of us who put our own together should occasionally have somebody else do it, because I've so enjoyed it. And I mean, this he popped in and I wouldn't have thought of doing that, and it's such an absolute
So what is
brilliant-
this?
It's basically, we had it many moons ago,
Yeah.
and I don't think we've had it since, to be truthful. I have been asked about it. It can be called wire protector, it can be called gimp, and it can be called French wire. Basically, it's almost as if you've done it on what's the word? You know, the twister thing on the
Gizmo.
gizmo. That's it. But obviously with a very fine wire, very closely coiled, and you can pop 4, and I put 6 through it as well. Possibly you might get an 8 through it. So it's got a hollow centre. So it can be at the end of a necklace, when you pop your crimp bead on to house the clasp. You put your crimp bead on, then you put a little section of that, and then you put your clasp on and bring it through, and then you've got a nice finish, if you see what I mean. The clasp isn't just sitting on beading thread.
Okay,
Then,
so
it's sitting on
I've just been told actually we're going to do that. The way that Helen has worked out the price, if we sell that separately, we can actually drive the price of everything down quite
Great,
substantially.
great.
So we'll do that separately in just a moment. So we'll focus on these first actually. Right, so Linda, you were given 5 tiara bands. And for those of you who've not worked with these before, you can either slip them on the front of the head, you can wear it as a hairband, you can really manipulate them, and they are so comfy. As somebody who wears quite a lot of hairbands, you know, when they just like,
Yes.
give you a headache there. They're really comfy. In fact, I'm going to a wedding later where the bridesmaids have all been wearing our hairbands. I really hope the jewellery didn't fall apart. I made it. and then also the tiara, the hair combs as well. And you're going to get 5 of these. So 5 hairbands and 5 tiara bands. Have a look around elsewhere. You'll find these are so price competitive anyway. But then we've included them for free in the kit. Okay, so these pearls, wow. The variety. So Linda's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strands. 6 strands. What was that, sorry? Oh, she just included this for free. Right, we'll whap that back in for free. That's going to be included. How much are you putting in there, hun? Is that 2 metres? Or a metre?
Can't tell you how many people have asked me about that.
Beautiful. Right, okay, so we've got, let's have a look at these pearls. So, these stunning Keshi pearls, and they are a 6x7 up to a 10x5. Then these amazing multicoloured potato pearls. They are extraordinary. Oh, and my voice nearly went there. They are absolutely incredible. And they are bronze, silver and ivory, well, gold, silver and ivory tone. Let me just confirm. Yeah, they go from, let me just, bear with me a second. They said they were 9mm. They're bigger than that.
I think they are. They are.
They're much bigger
They're
than the
much bigger
9mm.
than 9.
Oh well, they've been priced at 9. Brilliant. But you will get bigger.
And more likely around about 12.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. They're huge. Yeah. Now they've got those beautiful hand carving of nature running through them as well. So that means that you've also got an anchor point if you want to wrap wire around them. It really sits beautifully. And then you've got these multicolour 10, bear with me a second. These are 6x7 up to a 10x5. These are a rosebud shape and they're an 8x8 up to an 11x9. Now
I've
look
never
at
seen
those
before.
Aren't they adorable?
Yeah, I have never seen.
So they're flush on one side.
Yes, yeah, they've got a sort of a texture, a natural texture within the pearl itself. It's not been added; it's a natural texture on the pearl. And when I was working with them, I thought, you know, I've never worked with anything like this before. We've never had that strand before. I you know, don't actually take it categoric, but I don't think we've had that strand before. So
an
pretty.
8x8 up to an 11x9 on those.
Look at this one down here, this peacocky colour.
Wow, the colours are stunning, aren't they? Got peacock tones.
And they are like a rose.
Lilacs, they really are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lilacs into ivories, into delicate peaches.
Look, you can pick them out now as they're coming round, like having that lovely
stunning.
texture.
Really stunning. It's lovely to have that different texture within them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now then, these biwa pearls are amazing because they're long drilled as well. So they're a 10x11 up to a 22x8. And then we've got the other dinkier Keshi pearls here, which are a 6x7 up to a 10x5. So a huge variety of colours, a huge variety of textures, a huge variety of shapes and a huge variety of sizes. I mean, you get this overall pearl hue of exuberance and elegance, and yet you could go slightly funky with them. So let's have a look at Linda's designs. Talk us through, Linda, then where you started. This is flying out already, so you're going to have to be really, really quick off the mark on this one. 0800 644 655. We haven't even brought the price in, have we? Well done, Heather and Lorraine and Joanne and Rosemary, Diane and lots of anonymous people. Mary and Jane, Wendy and Jenny, Ruby and Deborah and Karine and Janice and Susan and Carol. So, just to reiterate, you're going to get the 6 strands of pearls, 5 tiara bands, 5 hair combs, and then all of this gorgeous, what do you refer to it as?
French wire, gimp, or sort of wire protector.
And we're going to throw that in again for free. Amazing. So, oh my word, we're not stopping there. Get ready for this. We're about to devalue pearls. Oh my word.
Where's it going?
I would have been happy at 46. 6 strands of fresh waterculture pearls. $34.95. That is obviously going to be a sellout. It's going to be a sellout. Make sure it's selling out to you. So Linda, talk us through.
Right. Well, first of all, from the designs I've done here, I've also got these left over. Okay, so I've got tons left over.
Wow.
I mean, I could have carried on and carried on.
That is tons.
I just got the other one to do as well. But there's tons left over, so you know, you're going to get absolutely loads of your designs out of this bundle.
So we will have a really detailed look at these, but that is what Linda's got left over.
It's very much because of the shape and the colours, the different varieties of pearl that you've got. It's very organic, and it will create the most sublime pieces of jewellery that you particularly want to create.
So let's have a look at this one first.
Well, that one there, that is actually using that French wire, that gimp, over the top of a 0.6mm wire, just to sort of make a slight difference on the look of a wired rose. Obviously, you can put more and more petals in, you can add to it. You can do what you like, and then there's just little. I've used the attaching 4mm wire that I've used to attach the pearls onto the comb. I've just spiraled it, and then pulled the spirals out to give a little bit of an explosion. But again, with combs, just imagine them in the hair rather than seeing the actual comb itself.
Shall I put it in?
You can do.
Put it in my head, my hair, Ryan, darling.
It does look different once it's in. I mean, that's a sort of a semi-fascinator look. But you can make that smaller. You can limit. You can
had a French pleat and then just
exactly.
took it in beautiful.
The other comb, I wanted to just use a one-colour pearl, so I've used the Biwa and the Acacia on that.
But that is so elegant, having then that the
and just
dangle.
dropping the chain.
Oh, you've got movement on the comb, the chain on the comb.
Yeah, that'll drop down because that'll go up. Your hair will pass through and under that chain, so you'll just see the pearls.
So with the boutique collection that you're seeing here, you will get the hair combs, the tiara bands, the gimp and the 6 strands of pearls. The other extras, you can get everything available from our website. And we've actually got a bundle coming up for you. Oh, what of all the findings? Oh, fabulous!
Yes, I had
Brilliant.
the knowledge of and trust me, these findings that you'll see shortly has got the most beautiful fine chain. Stunning. So if you imagine one pearl on this fine chain is all you'll need because the chain is so stupendous.
Right.
It's what you would expect to have a diamond drop coming from this chain is.
Wow.
It's just glorious. I mean,
Okay.
there's another one on the next designer inspiration, but there's also some going to be shown, I think.
Wow, keep your eyes out for that.
So that
then.
next necklace there, I've thrown all of the whites and the bronzes and the just to make. I got quite a lot of people like that big red quartzite necklace I did the other week, and I thought,
So
you know what?
sorry, Linda, I've just realised.
The gimp's over the top. Yeah, it's just is.
That's fabulous.
It's a finishing, very much a finishing touch. I know we talk about finishing, but you look at the earring finding as well, which is out of that findings pack that you'll be shown shortly.
That's 925 sterling silver, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you put the gimp on the head pin then, and then just put one drop of that silver pearl, I mean, it's just, that pair of earrings would probably command £100 in, you know, it would be 3 figures in an upmarket jewellery.
Do you know what, we were asking exactly that for a completely different look of pearl and 925 sterling silver earrings this morning, and people were texting in, they were seeing some very similar designs, about £140 plus.
Yeah, it would, absolutely, and I can see why, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, this necklace.
Yeah, that's, as I say, that's that. I did a very heavy designer inspiration in red quartzite a couple of 3 weeks ago, and it was quite well received. So I thought I'd just tone it down and do sort of a similar look, just in pearl. And when that necklace is on, because Sheila tried it, because you know what she's like with pearls, it looks lovely. It really does look lovely. It looks stunning on, say, a scoop neck, you know, a scoop neck dress, just a plain scoop neck, and just hanging like a collar.
It's
so pretty.
Gorgeous. Has that been photographed?
Yes.
I'm taking it home with me.
And then the tiara. I really wanted to, first of all, I thought I was just going to make a side tiara. So I started to make a side tiara. And then when I'd finished forming that side tiara, I just thought, no, I'm just going to finish it off so that it has a little point of origin, if you see what I mean. And then coming up rather than seeing the gold band. But it looked exquisite showing gold band too. But I'd got more Keshi pearl than I needed. So I thought I'd pop it on, and it's really a friend of ours. She's got a daughter who's what I call a really hippie, and she wants to be married in a wood, in a glade, in a wood. And you know, that would be exactly what Sarah would wear.
Beautiful woodland feel, and yeah.
It's a bit sort of Midsummer Night's Dreamish, talking about Shakespeare. Shakespeare, do you agree?
William Shakespeare, do you agree? It's a vision for Titania, darling. Helena, getting married, yeah. It looked more attractive if my hair wasn't spiky up behind it. I do apologise.
No, it looks lovely.
That's beautiful.
Oh gosh, those pearls are wonderful. These are a lot of these are fairly new in as well, and I'm sure that strand we've never had, that rosebud strand ever. Stunning.
Right. I'm just going to, before we show you what Linda's done with it and show you techniques, we're dropping the price of this kit. You have got literally no time at all to jump on the phone lines and purchase this, because at $31.95 it's a giveaway today, and we're only going to hold that price until midnight or until stocks last, and I think it's going to sell out. Well done now, everybody who's already purchased this. Congratulations to you, because we're now putting the extra money back into your account for you. You don't even need to call up. Well, our call centre team will address that for you. KBGC82 has dropped now to $31.95. It's still those incredible quality 6 strands of pearls. You've got the gimp, that beautiful, or the French wire as people know it as well. 5 tiara bands, 5 hair combs, $31.95. Could you even buy the pearls anywhere else for that price? My answer to you is no. KBGC82, congratulations, go for it, go for it, go for it. You can use PayPal, you can use Visa and MasterCard, you can use PayPal, okay? KBGC82. So, Linda, what are you going to demo for us?
The tiara. I think we'll start there and see where we go.
Incredible. So, as long as you have got this kit and you're getting yourself some wire, what gauge of wire have you used?
0.4 on an average.
Okay.
Yeah, 0.4. And the 0.4 passes through all of the pearls.
Wow.
If you find you struggle on perhaps 1 or 2, all you need to do is just use the rim. It's normally a little bit of dust. It's not a stopper. It's normally just a little bit of dust that's built up.
This obviously is going to be a sellout as well. So if you have got it, we've got 24 of you with this in your basket. You can't keep it in your baskets. You need to take it out because got people on the phone line want it as well. That will be a sellout. Okay, Linda, over to you, my darling. Thank you for my cup of tea. Thank you, Pete.
This tiara isn't built on the tiara band straight on. In other words, a long length of wire. I really thought about it, and I thought I'm going to make the components and leave a length of wire on each component and then wire it on, because it's a relatively organic look anyway. And to be honest, the wire doesn't offend me, but because it's closely woven, you don't really see it. But what you do see, because it's such a cluster of a tiara, it works anyway. So we make the components and then add them as we go. Okay, so along the way, you know, you might want to make something this or something like this, something similar, but by making components, your brain will rejig as you go along, and you see it shaping up on the tiara band, so you can maneuver a bit. Okay, so at the beginning, I started, if I move this over, sorry Lucy.
That's fine.
I started at, to be honest, at this point here, right? This point here, where we've just got these sort of flowers, okay? And they're the rosebud pearls, and they're the gorgeous Keshe pearl as well. So we'll start there, and then we'll go on to this sort of leaf design, as it were. Okay, if I pop that back, don't pop that back for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, just to reiterate again, we have still got stock available. It's only $31.95, 3 strands at 38 centimetres each length, 6 strands of genuine freshwater cultured pearls, 5 tiara bands, 5 hair combs, and that beautiful, beautiful, I've never used this before, I really, really want it, this gimp or French wire, as it's also referred as. So it's basically, it's a cover, it's a finish for your wire.
But you know, again,
and beading thread.
Yeah, it might be sort of termed as a mechanic or something, but like you'll see more so on the next kit. I've got some silver gimp, and I've used it very much as an integral part of the design. So just play around with it. You can also uncoil it, as well as you can do gizmos, so you can use it to have like little explosions, a bit like that cone there. So it's got a lot of uses. Just play with it. Right, now take a length of as Lucy says, 0.4 mil wire. Probably about it's probably a good idea to take about 12 inches of it, because we're going to double it. And we need a good length at the end in order to attach to the tiara band. So slip on one of these absolutely divine I love that name as well, Rosebud, it's perfect for them. A little rosebud pearl. Don't be fussy about, I mean, unless you really want to colour code, that's fine, but I don't necessarily do that, and I'm always quite happy with, I just pop them down on my beading board like I've got here, and pick them up and use them as I go. Then just pull the wire around, and then the little tip at there, just give it a twist, only one twist, but keeping your thumb. Only one twist? Yeah, yeah. Sorry, when I say one twist, it's a twist on a twist, if you see what I mean. It's like a double knot as opposed to a single knot, so you just confirmed that initial twist on the wire. Keeping the fingernail right close to the base of the pearl so that you get a nice tight fit, and then just separate the wire, leaving the shorter end as your excess. Pick up another and pop it on. and then bring that one down to the point of the other, and then again just bring those two together again, the excess and the threading wire, and again turn it round. Okay, so we've got two little pearls that are standing up quite proud now on there. Pick up the next one. Now we're going to put 5 on this. When I come to the next little flower, which is a keshi flower, I'm only going to put 4. So at this point now, rather than pull the wire, the excess wire, to the working wire, what I actually did is brought the wire around the back of that pearl and through the existing 2. Okay, just bring it through, because that then enables you to give that a push apart. You can see now that rather than being tightly up in that centre, you've moved that one to the side a bit, which leaves you space to add the next 2. If you didn't do that, you'd probably find it would work in a way, but the petals would start to move a little bit out from the centre, and it might just look a little bit uncertain on the eye, is I suppose the way to term it. So pop on another, and all of the strands, I mean, I've seen 3 strands of these now with today's one, because I had a spare set which I haven't opened, and they're all variances of colour, so it's a surprise. So pop that 4th one on, and again just come over the top. Bring the wire back to the space now that you're actually made ready and waiting for your 5th one. So the 5th one's going to pop in there. So pull the wire literally out through the space between the 4 and pop on another. Let that drop down, push it into its base. Now just remember, these are stylized flowers. They're not meant to be botanically correct in any way, shape or form. They are stylized, and that's the beauty of them. Again, bring the wire around the back.
Botanically correct, I like that.
Yeah, well, it gets you out of lots of situations, that does, you know, so they're not botanically correct, not meant to be. And then when you look at it's quite nice actually to see the wire. The wire has got to pass at the back of the pearls. It's quite nice in some respects to see perhaps 1 on 3 of them and then 2 that aren't. But if you don't like that, you just pinch the pearl and just twist it around and make sure that that's the back that sits against the tiara band.
Now, sorry to interrupt
That's
you, Linda,
fine.
just to say we've got more people with them in baskets and we have stock available now. So if you're calling up on the phone lines, you're in with a chance, and if you've got it in your basket, you're in with a really, really slim chance. So you do need to check your baskets out. We've got a wire bundle as well coming up for you in just a moment.
Right. Now what I've just done, sorry I shouldn't have done it before you came back to me, what I've just done is I've left myself probably about 6 or 7 inches of excess on one wire. The other wire that was coming out in the other direction, I snipped down to probably about 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and then I'm just taking my round nose pliers and then using my finger as a cushion, just going to coil back until I've got a little coil. Now you could coil all the way, that's fine, and bring that into the centre of the flower, or take your flat nose pliers and just bring it all the way back. Again, so don't be over fussy with it. Quite sometimes with these sort of, especially with these beautiful textured pearls, it looks quite nice if it isn't actually perfect, if you see what I mean. It looks quite nice when it's, we use the word organic a lot, which just gets us out of quite a lot of situations. But in this respect, it does look quite pretty, just being a little coil that just stands proud. Okay, and that is really just using up spare wire. So that's one of the rosebud pearls made. Mm-hmm. Then you can do exactly the same with the keshi pearl. Now the keshi pearl is, there's the little flower made out of a keshi, the keshi pearls, which is absolutely beautiful and it just looks like a little blossom. Now they're top drilled. So rather than drilled from top to toe like the other pearl, it's very, very similar. It's just a slight difference on how you do that. So I'll just ever so quickly go through that and we'll start to build on the leaf then. So again, cut yourself a similar length of wire. Make your components probably first, because it's really nice to have all those components made and in front of you, if you see what I mean, before you put it together. It gives you thinking time, because you can always add more. Once you put all this together onto the hairband, you can add more anyway, it really doesn't matter. So
if you've just tuned in, this is the hairband that Linda's showing us how to make. There's just a few of those kits still not confirmed purchases, which means they're still available at $31.95. If it's in your basket, if you have got it in your basket, if everyone checks out, people will miss out. So $31.95, good luck. But this is the tiara band we're looking how to do.
Right, so again, thread on one of the keshi, about a third of the way in, and again, do yourself a little twist. And then you can then thread, if you want to, you can thread 3 more on and then pull them round into a twist. Because it's sort of a fantasy flower, as it were, it will look fine that way. You can also do it exactly as we have just done the previous rosebud flower, by wiring them all on separately and then bringing them round. But you can quite happily put 3 on, bring the wire around, see how they just come in, catch that wire there.
They sort of just
and
naturally nestle in,
yeah, because the
don't
keshi pearl has got so many undulations and corners and edges. You see, you've got yet another blossom shape again, which is really pretty, because it's going, when it sits on the hairband, it's not going to sit on uniformly. It's going to sit on with different elevations, etc., etc. So make as many of those as you want. I didn't bring back a centre for those because I quite like the keshi pearl to have its full beauty of its shape into its centre. So you look into it and you can see all that translucency and all that sort of what's iridescence coming off the pearl. So you can make about 5 or 6 of those and make 2 or 3 of the other pearl.
So 2 or 3 of the rosebud,
yeah,
5 or 6 of the keshi.
Yeah.
2 or 3 of the rosebud, 5 or 6 of the keshi. Okay.
More if you want. Then the large leaf look is made in separate components, and the component for that again is so simple. That's what we're going to make next.
And that's this portion here.
That's right.
Okay.
We're going to make each one of those sort of little offshoots to frame into that that final shape, just by making these again. And again, I put a keshi pearl on the end because I just thought that gave me a nice point, as near to a point as I could get. And then these absolutely glorious little they're like little button pearls, little irregular button pearls of all the different colours. Again, I haven't colour coded in any way, shape,
You've just haphazardly chosen.
Haphazardly chosen them, and you know what? I might have some of them that have virtually, perhaps bar one, have got all the same colour on, but it doesn't matter. It works. It really works, actually. Mark might sort of disagree and say, but it's just an eye thing, isn't it? But you know, Mark likes to see his blocks of colour.
I think it depends on how your brain works and how you gravitate towards colour and use it. Yeah.
But
so
if you don't want to overthink it in any way, shape, or just put them all on the beading board, like I just said before, and pick them up.
And if you don't like it, you just put it up, you start again.
Exactly. You've still got your gemstones. Yeah. Right, so pop on one of the keshi pearls, okay, just again on at a similar length of wire, and pop that about 2/3 in. And again, we're repeating all of these techniques, which is what we do in jewellery making. We repeat technique, but we change design, okay? So what I'm going to do now is thread on. I'm going to trim this one. I should have left that a smidge bit longer, that one, okay? What we're looking for is about 7 or 8 inches on each side.
Now, while we're talking about wire, we've got an amazing wire offer here. So, obviously, you don't get wire in this kit, but we've got wire for you on offer here, and it's ridiculously good value. You're going to get 10 metres at 1.25. So, I'm thinking with 1.25, if perhaps you want to recreate this look, if you run out of the GIMP, you can then just use the thicker wire as well. Will create a very similar look. Obviously, it's beautiful having the GIMP.
You'll go a long way before you run out of GIMP. There's 2 metres, I think, isn't there? So there's loads.
So you've got 1.25 in the thickness. Now this is fabulous for making rings and things as well. So, and if you got the connoisseur gemstones, the connoisseur gemstones collections this morning to make rings. Oh my word, this would be amazing. So 1.25 in thickness, and there's 10 metres of that. You're then also going to be getting 10 metres of the 0.8, but you're also going to get 100 metres of the 0.4. And this gorgeous antique bronze colour goes with everything. It's going to look gorgeous with this particular variety of pearls.
I was just about to say that. Those 3 wire reels there will work brilliantly with the pearls because all the colours are there. You know, and forget the headband, forget what colour the headband is, it really doesn't matter, it doesn't matter a jot. Use all 3 different wires.
Doesn't that pink just make the rosebud elements of this pop even more?
Use all 3, definitely, and I think that will really add to the design.
Yeah. We're going to do a fantastic offer on them, should be $27.85. Scrap that, but we're going to do an offer that you need to use the code, and again, like I was saying this morning, think of it like Groupon and Living Social and voucher code. Use that code and it gets you it for $12.95.
Wow.
I know.
You've got 100 metres of the
100 metres of the 0.4. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa,
that's a £14.90 saving. 10 metres of the 1.25 and 10 metres of the 0.8 as well. 100 metres of the 0.4. You got to get that. That's so good. Add that onto your order. 1 post and packaging price. Okay, so back to the demo, Linda. Right. Thank you very much.
That's okay. So we've got the Keshi pearl on and we've twisted on it just the once, okay? And then we've got 2 separate, we bought the 2 wires either side of the Keshi pearl and we threaded on 4 of those little irregular button pearls, okay? 4 on each side. Again, bring them together, little pinch and pull together, and you've got, what you need to do is to do that first turn a couple of times, and then the next turn, just the hand that's holding the wire, just start to move it up the wire while you're turning the gemstone. And when you do that, you get quite a regular twist, almost as good a twist as you'll get with a twisting tool. Okay, so you get that. So now the reason for doing that is because once it's on the headband, you see it's got some bounce. So consequently, I can manoeuvre that and I can curve it to give it some angle, some curve if I want it when the whole thing's finished. So move along the wire by twisting the gemstone and you'll get that regular twist. So I'm not sure how many of those I made. I think you probably need to make about 15 of those maximum. Okay. I'm saying an odd number because I've popped one on at the very front when I started to band down the Keshi pearls onto the actual band itself. I thought I'd just pop a little bit of a bronze colour in there just to break up between the hairband Keshi and the flower Keshi. Right, so now we can actually start onto the hairband. Okay, so as I said before, we've got...
So even that, just look at this.
Yeah.
How beautiful is this before it's even on the band?
Well, what you can do, let's just cover very quickly because it won't take a minute to show this. What you can do with something like that is, say you've made a load of them, right, which is really relaxing, and I encourage you to do that, is to make a load of components. Because if you don't have to have it, if you've got a little bit of floristry experience, what you do when you do flowers is you get one, and then you sort of bring the flower in like that. Right, so you sort of bring them in and then you bring one in at the front and then you curve it back. So basically there, you can pop one through the centre or bring more and work around that, and you've got a little buttonhole. So if you are doing sort of, perhaps this woodland wedding, if you were doing that, you'd have some nice little buttonholes for the guys or the ladies.
Just to keep, because let's face it, quite often, how often do you see grooms on photos as well and they're headless?
So all you do is
then they've lost the top of their rose or something.
Literally, just bring those all together, perhaps pop another one in, pull it in, turn it round, and then these little random wires down here, get another piece of wire and wire down those stems with one, and then you can cover it in some florist tape if you've got any. That's cheap as chips at the florist shop, okay? And you'd have another little brooch, whatever. Right. Now to start the hair comb itself, I think first of all I took the rose petal. Now it was meant to be asymmetric, so we'll start off asymmetric. I know that a lot of people find it difficult, but I am going to sort of make it symmetrical to a degree when you finish off the side of the head comb with a single Keshis. So all you do is start about, if this is the centre, okay, this is the centre, we're going to go, say that's 12 o'clock, we're going to go to about 10 o'clock, okay, and start at about 10 o'clock. Pop the flower on, literally so that it rests on the headband, and then pull that excess wire around a couple of times, and then take it around the other side and pull around again. That will give you a little bit more control over it if you go either side. It's less likely to slip. It will slip. That doesn't matter, because you, at the end, when everything is on, all the components are on, that's when you either make it symmetric or not symmetric by just pulling them around. But you imagine there's going to be a load on here and there's going to be a load coming over here, acting as stoppers every time. So get one of the Keshi pearls next. Now, rather than actually sitting that on the top of the hairband like that one is, not everything is as it appears to be and sits flat on objects. So let that one just drop down slightly, turn it around. Let that one just drop down slightly, so you've got a little excess of wire from the band itself, so, and then bring the excess around, so that it's not sitting completely and utterly on the band, it's just sitting a little bit away from it. Is that, can you see just that? It's sort of sitting, that's it. It's sort of sitting away a little bit. Then the next one, again, we'll use another Keshi, and we'll just bring that one in, just to the base of that one, again, slightly off, and again, bringing that wire, let that wire just twist in amongst the petals of the previous one, and the one that you're actually using, and pull round. Don't worry about all of these wires protruding. If they get to be a bit of a pain, gather them up when you've worked about an inch or two and give them a twist and then trim them off. And if there's any sharp points, get your flush cut pliers in and cut them off at a little bit of an angle, and perhaps a little nail file or something. So let me do just let that. I'm taking all those spare wires, and see I'm turning the hairband. So that's actually consolidated that more so as well into a little bit more of a controllable little bundle, and we'll just leave those there to trim off later. Then you can do as many of the sort of floral aspects as you want, but I'm going to come in with the start of that sort of main leaf stem now. So just bring in one of the components that you made for the leaves, and bring that one in so it almost, it sits, the Keshi on the point sits in the Keshi of the flower that you've just done, not sort of a gap from it, but just sitting over it. Hold on to that component and twist it around. See how simple this is? So leave it like that. You can pull it out at an angle afterwards when you finish. Bring another one in, and again, having an imaginary leaf shape in mind, you know, if you could sort of just a stylized leaf, how it sort of is an average leaf shape that you would think of rather than a specific leaf, and let that one sort of go out slightly at an angle, and again bring that one round, and then just move that one out of the way and bring it in between the two again. That's something that you really can't see when you look at it, isn't it? The fact that you have sort of interwoven it just to secure it. And what happens is, because we've sort of made basically little bundles of pearls, you don't really see the mechanics of the piece itself then. So that's why I say don't over worry the wire bit too much. And then just literally proceed along, having the imaginary leaf. So this one now I sent in that direction, so obviously the next one I'm just going to step it down ever so slightly, like the vein on a leaf, ever so slightly, so you can bring it down and bring it out and bring it over, bring it behind and bring it through. As I say, you'll tidy all this up later. So at the moment all of your wires are sort of just sticking out in all directions? Absolutely. Okay. As I say, we can bundle them as we go and twist them as we go. So now we've got like a point, we've got a start of the leaf, and we've got the first two that are coming out into a shape. See, they'll move down because they are single components. They'll move down, so you can jigger them around. As I said before, you can also put your thumb behind the leaf and give it a little bit of form. See what I mean? So, which you probably wouldn't be able to do had you done it the original tiara technique and really tighten them up. So you've just got some fun. So the next one, as I say, we'll just come into the centre again. So that Keshi pearl is actually now hiding the mechanics underneath. So we just bring it round again, and that's what you do the whole time. You just proceed to do. You move it out the way, you bring it back so that it's sort of sealed back and front. And then you can just sort of see that the whole thing evolving, and as it evolves, you bring it down to its sort of point that, Lucy, would you mind ever so much bringing that over? It's just that repetition all the way through till you've used up as many of the little sprigs as you want, and then finishing bringing in that sort of leaf, sort of a semi-oval shape, as it were, having it as long or as short as you want, and then popping in again then that's a little rosebud flower and a little keshi flower, and I've popped another little keshi flower there. What you need to do when you've got this sort of section, this section here done, is look at it and think, do you know what, in real life, in a real garden, a little bud might pop through that leaf section there, so you could pop a little keshi flower in there if you want to, and just build it up and build it up. And then when you come to the sort of final part of it, what I did is I just popped on a little leaf section there. So if you imagine on the one I'm working on now that this one here, although it's going in the wrong direction, is my little last leaf section, and then we've got flowers and then the leaf. Then we revert back to the tiara technique to do the band, which I did because I just love Keshi pearl, can't get enough of it, so thought, do you know what, I'm going to put on as many as I can. So I'll just move that over there. So what we do now is to take where you've finished building the leaf on the one side, and you finished off with your little flowers, etc. Look at it, and then when you come back to the part where you began, and we're going to finish off on the band, look where you've finished, it may be here, and then start your row of Keshi pearl on the other side at the same position. Now what you do is you get a length of your 0.4. Now I say this time and time again because I find it easier, I find it easier if you start with the wire on the top of the band, not underneath, and then bring your wire over. And as you bring your wire over, just give it a little bit of tension, more or less straightening it up. That's actually work hardening the wire as well, and bring it round. And then tuck that little excess around the back.
For people who aren't familiar with the terminology of work hardening, what's it?
Well, what you do is, if you hammer wire or if you manipulate wire, even with just your fingers, you alter the components inside the wire, you warm them and you alter them slightly. And the more you do that, the more you literally do make the wire harden. So consequently, you saw me when I was twisting the wire earlier, I was altering all the internal mechanics, as it were, of the wire, how it's made. What do you call it? It's, oh God, it's gone again, the word's gone again. Anyway, it's quite chemical or physics it is. But whatever whatever it's made of anyway. But as you twist the wire, which you saw me do on when I was making the leaf part, you saw that I got far more movement. It didn't flop. Yeah. I got far more form to it, and that's what happens when you do that. But when you're actually wiring onto a tiara band, it's much better that on each time you bring in a component is to give that little bit of a stretch to it, because it just makes it so much easier then for the wire to behave itself across the band.
Okay, great.
All right. So all you do now is, because Keshi pearls are very organic, because they're all different shapes. Again, you don't have to worry too much. I think I've got a little bit of dust now. There it is. You don't have to worry too much where it sits, but try just to it doesn't matter whether it's sticking up, whether it's lying flat or whatever, but just try and get it to go onto the band. Don't worry about standing proud, and again wrap around, but this time in front, okay? And that'll bring you into position for the next one. So the next one, I mean, quite happily, I'm going to, just because I can, I'm going to pop a rosebud. I can't get enough of these. I'm going to pop on one of the little rosebud pearls.
The fact that they're slightly flush on one side as well, they're going to sit beautifully. Just notice as well, when a little tip for those of you who are perhaps making tiaras for the first time, and it's something that I don't think we stress, it's just little tip, make sure you just leave a gap for the part that goes behind the ear. Exactly. Don't bead right down to the very base of it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said
Unless you're going to be wearing it on the top of the head, but usually even then you'd leave the end. But yeah, just leave about, what, 1.5 inches?
Yeah, it's about an inch, 1.5 inches. So let that next pearl, whichever one you choose, drop down, hold on to it a little bit to stabilise it, and then wrap again in front. Now, you might have noticed, or you might not have noticed, but at this point, you see the excess wire that I had at the beginning when I wired onto the band. I'm moving it along. on each one. So instead of having to
so you're
cut that
catching it
off,
underneath.
yeah, I'm catching it underneath the wire so that when I do trim it off, it's more or less glued in place, if you see what I mean by the wire. So just keep doing that all along until you meet the part that you've completed on the other side, and then let me get the original back, and then it's just a matter simply then of playing with it and seeing how you want. And trust me, you can play with it forever, because that's what I was going, oh, I like it like that, and oh, I like it like that, and then I look, oh, I like it down there. But you know, you can pull it around, don't be frightened of it. So if you'd like sort of a little, because they're standing proud, if you can see on these ones here, when I wired them on, I left quite a lot of twisted wire away from the band itself, just to give that sort of shape, that leaf shape. But it's fine, because you know, you can just push it all back, you can push it in, you can bend it round, you can stick it so it's standing proud of the headband. That's the beauty of
and you can wear it. I know, for example, the hair comb that you made for me, I wear it slightly differently as well. So you can have it, so on one occasion you might want it a bit more funky and then completely flush, and really lovely.
Exactly.
Linda, it's an amazing, amazing, amazing design. It will be photographed in detail, but we've got some accessories to go with it that will be, oh my word, I can't. And again, as always today, we're doing bonkers prices. It's the bank holiday. We want to keep you enticed for the whole weekend. I'm with you again tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. So, oh my word.
I've fallen deeply in love with
You will not believe the price. Right, how much do you think for this chain? How much do you think just for this chain?
It's beautiful.
This is 925 sterling silver and it's 9 carat yellow gold plated, okay? And this chain is measuring, bear with me a second, 50 centimetres. 50 centimetres, okay? Look at the finesse. The movement on that is beautiful, and good sized gaps that you can at least, because you can get your lobster claw clasps, etc. in there as well, and your jump rings. 50 centimetres of this chain.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
I love that. I love that. I need that so much. I've broken my silver chain that I've had. Oh goodness, I've been wearing it since about 13 and it's finally given up the ghost.
And trust me, you can get head pins through those chains.
Yeah,
you can get jump rings through that chain.
So they are 50 centimetres each. Do you know what I think we should do? I think we should bring the price in. For 2 lots of 50 centimetres, 925 sterling silver chain, 9 carat yellow gold plate on that, because you're going to be, right, forget that, because you are going to get extra bits and pieces as well. We're going to take the price even lower. Wait till you see everything else in 925 sterling silver that you're going to get as well. TLGC72, so for 2 of these stunning chains, 50 centimetres each one. The price needs to crash. Come on, price, move. £22.80. Oh, look at all of this. You're then going to get 8 inches of this chain, 925 sterling silver and 9 carat yellow gold. 8 inches of this chain in pure 925 sterling silver. 15 925 sterling silver, 9 carat yellow gold ball head pins. 15 pure 925 sterling silver head pins. 4 pairs of shepherd hooks.
And they're glorious.
And they are beautiful.
Gorgeous.
They're the same shepherd hooks that we featured this morning that literally couldn't have gone quicker. And there's a 95 sterling silver. We've got 40 of this offer in baskets. Check your baskets out. You're not going to get it, folks. We're limited on how many we can do at this offer. £22.80, and this is 925 sterling silver. So these shepherd hooks are exquisite.
They're beautiful. I love those.
2 pairs in that colour in the pure 925 sterling silver, and 2 pairs in 925 sterling silver and 9 carat yellow gold. You're then going to get 2 lobster claw clasps of the larger size, which is this size here. You're going to get, so they're the larger ones. You're going to get 1 in yellow gold, 1 in silver, 1 in yellow gold, 1 in silver. You're then going to get 3 of the jump rings in the 925 sterling silver, 9 carat yellow gold plate. You're then going to get 3 in 925 sterling silver. You're going to get 10 head pins in the 925 sterling silver, sorry, 10 crimp beads in the 925 sterling silver, 10 crimp beads in the 925 with 9 carat yellow gold plate. 10 crimp bead covers in 925 sterling silver, 9 carat yellow gold plating, and 10 crimp bead covers in 925 sterling silver. If you've just tuned in, you get this chain as well. You're going to get 50 metres of the 925 sterling silver, 9 carat yellow gold, 50 centimetres, 50 centimetres! We've got 10 left and an abundance of you with it in your baskets. That's going to be a sellout, and I don't know who's going to get it because we've got 33 of you that have popped it in your baskets. You haven't checked out. That was a silly thing to do.
You imagine that chain, right? Just that, any of those chains there, the shorter ones as a bracelet with just one pearl. Just one pearl. One pearl on that chain is just beautiful. It is so, so high end. It's unbelievable.
Exquisite. Absolutely
Gorgeous.
exquisite. Sold out.
Not surprised.
Sold out. It's absolutely sold out. So, Helena, what would you like to do next then, my lovely producer, my lovely? Because I've got some funky little tools at the side of me here. Should we do some funky little tools? So, Linda.
Yeah.
Tools.
Yep.
You can never have too many of each tool, because obviously, particularly, my favourite is my chain nose pliers, and I always use 2 of them to get a grip and move, particularly if I'm going to be opening jump rings, etc. So you're going to get chain nose pliers here. Now they have got the comfort grip, and they are in the blue colour. So great unisex tool, and they are the comfort grip. So if you've got dexterity issues, great. As they have also got the comfort grip. Now this is the thicker one, this is the rubber grip on that, and this is the actual comfort grip, apologies. And they are your flat nose pliers. And then, what is this?
Is that the, that's...
The reamer?
The reamer. That is that the specific reamer?
Pearl reamer.
Yeah, the specific pearl. Yeah, I did ask for this to come in, well, for Hannah to order it, Hannah Oxbury, who does most of our buying, along with Paula, to get the specific pearl reamer.
So for anybody who doesn't know what on earth a reamer is, what are we talking about?
Well, there's reamers, and there's reamers, and there's reamers to dream about, and this is the dream reamer. I couldn't resist that.
If you're new to jewellery making, this is what your life will turn into. You will start dreaming about reamers.
Yeah, you will. Basically, this one here is specifically for pearls, as we've just said. And I don't know whether Ben can get in close enough, but you can really see there's their most beautiful corkscrew twist there. Now you imagine you've got a pearl with a small drill hole, which a lot of pearls have, that has been drilled on the one side and then drilled on the other side to meet in the middle. Very occasionally, they don't quite meet, very occasionally. So this will, every time, you just pop it in, and it's just like a little screwdriver, just keep screwing it in, and eventually you will get that hole smack bang through the centre. More often, the issue with pearls is there's a little bit of dust in there.
Yeah,
so
and with our ones, because obviously the majority of ours come on a strand, and therefore you know that the hole's gone all the way through, otherwise the strand wouldn't be able to go through. But sometimes you do hit a little bit of dust if perhaps the cord that they have been, the strand that they have been beaded onto is perhaps a little bit narrower than the one that you want to use, and you want to be able to make it a little bit wider. So basically it's like a nail file for inside your pearl.
You can use it for the gemstone, this, but this is, in my book, I would keep this for your pearls. The other reamers are what we call diamond dusted, so they have more of an abrasive edge. But this has got that will get through. Is it what the pearl's made of? The nacre surface in there, and it'll get through absolutely brilliantly.
Excuse me, comfort grip chain flat nose pliers, chain nose pliers, and a bead reamer for $7.95 for all 3. Yeah, you're watching Jewellery Maker. Price compare and see if you can find one decent pair of pliers out there for that price. Come on.
You know,
get adding onto your order. Yes.
This grip here, I've got a pair of brown nose pliers here with the same grip on. And what I found, particularly doing my kits this week, I've needed to get very close in. And instead of going in with them like that, I found that if you do that, your little finger and your hand rests beautifully, and you can. It's like a doctor, I suppose, with it. But you can just, I don't know, something happens.
Go and start Dr. Lady Linda now.
You can just get, I don't know, just get that perhaps 1 mil.
Can you buy a doctorate as well as?
Oh, I don't want one of them.
I think you can. You can buy yourself a doctor title. I don't know, can you? You can be given a doctor title.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, like, not as in a medical doctor, like pretend that you get a PhD. Would you get free upgrades on a flight if you were a doctor as much as a lady? Surely you would.
Dr. Linda and Dr. Lucy of the Lakes.
Oh yes, darling. We're doctors of gemstones. I'd love that. PhD. Yeah, bring it on. Right, we are going to go to a short break. When we come back, we've got more bargains galore, and we're gearing up for Ali to be joining you at 3 o'clock, taking you through the next designer inspiration with Linda. See you in a moment.
Tune into The Late Show on Sunday the 24th of August for our Myths and Legends show. Join presenter Ali and guest designer Mark as they focus on the history of gemstones and tell some of the legendary stories that surround some of the world's most precious gems.
Pearls are classic. I mean, who doesn't love pearls? You look at them, they look elegant, they look classy, and they make elegant, classy jewellery when you're creating with them. I think right from the whitest of white pearl to the peach pearl, they're always stunning, and anybody can wear them. They're one of my favourites. You see them, don't you, in expensive jewellers, covered in diamonds. Diamond and pearls are the classic duo, and that's why I love pearls.
Pearls are always a huge seller on Jewellery Maker, and I think it's because there's a huge amount of emotional attachment to them. I think whatever walk of life you come from, whatever your age, you always associate pearls with maybe someone who's worn pearls before you, maybe your grandma, maybe your mum. So there's always that emotional attachment to pearls, and they can be classic, they can be contemporary, they can really be whatever you want them to be, and definitely one of my favourite gemstones.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I know I've been on your screens for far too long. I'll be heading off shortly, don't worry. I'm back tomorrow, dressed in 80s style. Go on, Linda, tell us about your look in the 80s.
I was trying to think, because I did watch some of the show this morning, and I was trying to think. And then a bit of a blur, because I was just surrounded by children in the 80s.
I thought you were going to say, because you were
It's like the
drunk.
60s, you know, if you can't remember it, if you can remember it, you weren't there. I can remember my afro hair very much, very because in the 60s it was very like this and flicked over, and then it just went all a bit in the 80s. But I do remember sort of wedges, wedge heels, and very high soles on my shoes. And I can remember wearing I can remember rushing out to take the kids to school with, you know, a scarf just tied on and tied underneath here, and rushing, all this masses of hair coming out like. And when it rained, it just went pshing.
Did you have a perm?
Oh yes, yes. My hair's absolutely desperately straight. So yes, I used to have a perm about every 3 months, and it used to take hours.
And did you have a jumpsuit?
Yeah, I had a bottle green vela. I had a navy blue vela. I must have been thinking of David Beckham at the time, because there was a big number 7 on the arm. Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was fashionable. It was, you know, flower power, peace, all that. Yeah.
Well, roller boots.
Yeah.
That was
big. I can remember going back to probably early 70s rather than the 80s. The Mary Quant plastic sort of, Mama plastic boots right up over the knee, and you could hardly walk because you couldn't bend your knee. It was great. That decade of fashion is great. You can wear what you like, Lucy, and look really cool.
Well, it will be an 80s theme show tomorrow morning, and it's going to be amazing. Right, let's do these pearls. They are, oh my goodness, they're breathtaking. Look at these. DGPO40, 8 by 7 millimeters. Oh, 0800 644 655. 0800 644 655. They are breathtaking, aren't they? 8 by 7. You know what? They're flying out already. The code is DGPO40. Look at that. They're so pretty. They're so incredibly feminine. Very delicate, dusky. Look at the price. Look! And they're almost perfect rounds. $11.95. The layers of the nacre. Look at that close up. And yes, they're a pink, but they're very, very delicate, dusky hue of the champagne pink. Just a little light, delicate pink fizz. Beautiful. Well done, Yvonne and Vicky and Caroline and Diana and Sheila and Chris and Nicolette. Another Vicky and Christine and Jacqueline and Elizabeth and Elaine and Natasha. This is going to be a sellout strand. For me, this is the quintessential feminine pearl. The quintessential. And Linda, don't you just think they're almost perfect rounds, aren't they, when you look at those?
If you imagine them to be South Sea pearls, just one of those would cost you 4 figures probably, of that size. I mean, those really, not really, even most definitely, they should not be that price. They really shouldn't. I mean, that almost is, I'm sorry to say, almost is sort of proving to sort of undervalue something as exquisite as that. But this is Jewellery Maker, so we are real. And it is real, but don't think they're not amazing pearls, because honestly, they truly are. Just say, I can't believe how round they are. They don't look pink to me. They look like that beautiful cream colour.
Really beautiful, delicate hues of that. DGPO40 0800 644 655. Incredibly feminine, incredibly elegant. And almost half the stock has gone. Sean and Jean, Jacqueline and Kathleen and Sue and Belinda and Danielle and Dawn. DGPO40.
There's absolutely nothing that those won't work with. You can really keep them soft, or you can keep them on their own completely. And this turquoise here I've got, which I've just been given. How
have you ended up with that over there?
I'm going to play with it in a minute.
How have you ended up with that over there?
And but you know, with some black agates or onyx or something, you can give it some real drama, can't you? So you can dress up and dress down those. But I can just see them just restranded. The other, I think it was last weekend when I was on with, I think it was Ed. If you people out there who bought one, I went, oh, pearl class. We had some what I perceived to be the pearl, you know, where they just slide in and slide out. That's the pearl that you need to have with those clasps that you purchased a couple of weeks ago. Definitely,
sort of vintage.
You know, they just literally, they've got a little sort of U shape, and and all you can see, is an oval, or you know, with some little stones or indentations on it.
Yeah, beautiful. I think if you're trying to even create, I was going to say recreate, but even create a family heirloom, this is the calibre of pearl. And it's that hue, and with that delicate pink tone, it has almost got this slight vintage feel to it. Very reminiscent of my great-grandmother's pearls that I inherited. And it has, really soft. Can you imagine this with some of the lace work that Sheila did?
Yes, exactly. I was just thinking about Sheila. I hope she's watching, because she'll be really jealous. I hope you're watching, she. Be jealous.
Yeah, very. Oh, stunning, absolutely stunning. Now, what did you say there, sorry, doll? The which ones? These ones. Now, these are a bit more of a, this one, I would classify these as a salmon pink, these ones. A bit more of a salmon pink. They've got a heck of a sheen on them. They've got actually reminiscent of shell pearl sheen, which is a hugely desirable look, which is why shell pearls are recreated to look like they are. Well, reconstituted shell in order to look like pearls. So these are amazing. I do think just pop that, just as a bracelet. And if you saw the Matrix collection of findings that we had at 12 o'clock today, just one of those little findings, or do you know what I'd love on that? One of those clasps that Linda was talking about, and then one of those little dragonfly charms. If you had a look on the website, they are ridiculously reasonable. I think it's about $6.95 for a pack. I think you get about 25 of them, and they're 95 sterling silver, and they're little dragonfly charms. Just a little bracelet like this with a little dragonfly charm on it. I don't know if we've got any in stock left, but if we have, I'd add those onto your order for a little extra something. Now, don't forget, of course, you can use PayPal. You've got one post and packaging price for all of your purchases all day, and you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee on absolutely every single purchase. Even though we're going to clearance prices on some, you still get that 30-day money-back guarantee. So one post and packaging price at $2.95. And you know what? We're going to honour the same price we did with the previous ones. They're only $11.95. Might even be some scope for using the two together. Have a look. Definitely. Really, really exquisite. QCP018. Really, very elegant, beautiful vibrancy. And yes, they're classified as a pink. I would say a bit more of a peachy, salmony pink, aren't they?
Yeah, but wouldn't they look lovely all stranded together in a
Yes.
slightly graduated drop, or keeping them exactly the same length and letting them twist?
Yeah,
that would be lovely.
Or even using our spacers as well. Yep. The 925 sterling silver spacer, and putting them just like a cuff style bracelet.
And going back to the good old Duchess of Windsor, have one pale pink and one slightly deeper pink earring.
Yeah.
You know, if
odd pearl earrings,
yeah,
it's all the fashion. If it's good enough for the Duchess of Windsor, if it's good enough for 4.8 million.
And Calvin Klein's wife, Kelly, she loved them. So, you know, it's a fashion statement.
You know, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. Doesn't it, girls?
Definitely.
And guys? They work so beautifully together. Remember, you're looking at real pearls. The offer on your screen is for this particular hue. If you want the light pink ones, they were also $11.95, and we've got a few of those remaining. And the code is QCP018. This salmon, peachy, pinky undertone, stunning layers of the nacre. Marie, Kathleen and Nicolette, well done to you all. Congratulations. Now we're going to do my favourite, absolute favourite of all time shape of pearl, and I adore them, and it was Linda that taught me the technique, very much so what we've just been looking at actually, the tiara technique of the twisting, and just literally threading these all on a piece of 0.4 wire and doing the tiara twist, and just see where they go, because they naturally fall in the most amazing way. Look at these are top drilled. Ooh. Really beautifully cream, aren't they? Because we hear cream and then there's creamy cream, and this is cream off the top of your fat milk cream. Yeah, I like it because Charlie's on full fat cream and I can stick my finger in the top of the bottle and just get the cream out.
Oh, they're lovely. I've not seen those. I truly haven't seen that. Look at them twisted together. The gorgeous colour they become.
Well, just that gorgeous colour, and then wire wrap that onto a hair comb.
Yes. Yes.
And there's masses of them there, isn't there? They're literally packed on. And that's the beauty of Keshi pearls. They literally, it's almost that they just slot together. They're like a little jigsaw that nature has created. And you can beady bead them and you can create these incredible clusters. And they just interlink. They're beautiful. Oh, excuse me.
They're gorgeous.
Yvonne, you've just got yourself 4. I love your style. We're going to do these for just $9.95. $9.95. I think I've talked about this before a lot. When I got married, I had my hair down and curly and just a little bit of boof on there and a comb across there of pearls. Just like that. It was so pretty. Just before Jewellery Maker started though, so it cost £60. How stupid were we? It was bought about a year before Jewellery Maker started. So naive. But hey, I thought it was really reasonable as well. We bought it at the wedding show and yeah, had crystal and pearls in it. £60. Glass and pearls.
Can you imagine that on a hair vine with some little 4mm faceted quartz as a hair vine? Be lovely, wouldn't it?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We did have the collection that actually we were featuring when you were getting set up earlier of the 8 strands of the 4mm faceted rounds.
Right.
And there were clear quartz in that, and the smoky quartz as well in there.
Oh, smoky quartz would be stunning with that cream. Smoky quartz, clear quartz.
Because you could use the antique bronze wire that we've got on offer on the gold comb and use this with the smoky quartz and go down those golden warm tones.
You know, Gemma was actually wearing a double comb with the drops in the back of her head.
Yeah. Oh, Keshi pearls, beautiful. Yeah. So that's the idea of getting 2 hair combs and linking them together with 3 rows of, she created rosary chain. So you literally, you're going to have 2 combs and they go back on themselves like that and link and just put it at the back of the head. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. So we've got a few more of these available. Most people, again, buying more than one of those at $9.95. And we've got the other Keshi pearls. I actually think, again, see, I think that is just beautiful. So these are the colours of my mum's bridesmaid dresses when she married my dad. I know it very well because I used to play dress up in it. In my godmother's that she gave to me.
Little flowers, you know the flowers are made for the hairband?
Yeah.
Mix them.
Oh,
make
yeah.
the flowers for that, yeah.
We're going to do these for $9.95 as well. They're stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now Keshi pearls as well have got such an organic feel to them, haven't they? Because they're not perfect form and they're not complete rounds and they're not the potato shape. They're absolutely stunning. We're having this stunning show pearl case, or a pearl showcase this afternoon for you. A pearl showcase. Yeah, that is right. A I can't even say it wrong now. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, free phone number 0800 644 655. Hello, Joanna in Arizona. How are you, darling? Oh, now I've got then. Oh, where are all these places where people are calling in from and buying from? Saint Marshall sur Ice.
That looks like France to me.
Hello. I need a holiday in October. You're going to pop me up? I don't know where I'm going yet. I'm going to Cornwall next week. I've saved up my holidays rather than having like it all in one go earlier on. We've decided we're going to do a week at the start of September and then a week at the start of October. Yeah, let's break it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't know where we're going yet. Just realised Charlie hasn't got a passport either, so we need to get on that case. Might have to go and sit in Peterborough. Yeah, Charlie needs a passport. Everyone needs a passport.
Put them in the boat.
I might not say out loud Ryan's suggestion of where I don't think we'll do that. I don't think we'll do that. He suggested hiding, Charlie. That would be illegal. Which is probably the reason I won't do it. And cruel as well.
Oh, right.
That is my son you're talking about. Can I put Charlie on my passport? No, children have their own passports now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's changed since our day. Yeah, and children's passports only last 5 years, I think.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Good job, really, because they change quite a lot, don't
5
they?
years, it's a dramatic change.
Yeah.
From like day 1 to 5 years old, it's hugely dramatic.
Yeah. £9.95 on these ones, folks. 0800 644 655. Yeah, no, I need to go. I haven't done my passport in my married name yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, legally, I don't think you have to, do you?
No, you don't. You can.
You haven't
I
decided
got
if you're
round to it.
keeping him yet, then?
I think he's a keeper.
Okay.
I think I'm slightly obsessed with him, but I know Linda would have him if I did.
Yeah, well, I was hoping for a negative answer on that. Yeah.
£9.95, bit inappropriate. 0800 644 655 CHPO38. 0800 644 655. CHPO38. Okay, let's move now on to which one? Sorry, hun. Oh! Wow! Oh, now an opportunity like this doesn't come up every day, does it?
Good heavens, I've not seen those either.
Now they are 11 to 12 millimeters each. MUP091. They are amazing electric blue, aren't they?
They are going to be amazing with a bit of lapis or some pyrite, aren't they?
And those sodalite nuggets that we had on before.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Where've they gone? If you got that bundle earlier.
Yeah.
That had lots of things that. Oh. Look at that. Goodness, these are flying out.
They're beautiful. Oh, can you imagine that bracelet now? I can just see that bracelet to the other side of that through the centre.
Absolutely can.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a twisted, long style twisted necklace with these just interspersed in between.
Fabulous colour.
Aren't
Whoa.
they? MUP091.
Oh my word. We've had blue pearls before, but we've never had them. That's a royal
Hang on a minute.
What's she doing? Oh my
word. They're not $19.95 for 11 to 12 millimeters. No, they're $9.95. They're not 19. They're $9.95. Probably £10 lower than you were expecting if you go off the size of our pearls that we've had on of late, including today with the silver ones. $9.95, and they are electric blue. And dare I say, they'd be quite good for the theme that we're having tomorrow. Because of the electric tones. 80s is making a big impact. I don't know what I'm going to wear. I don't have any neon. I have got... my mum's going to give me a shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. Do you know when shoulder pads literally did go out of fashion? I wouldn't let go.
I've got
and then when I finally let go, like 10 years after, I felt so tiny. Because I literally, I could have been a milkmaid with mine. They were that big.
Love it. Yeah, you see, do you remember as well the snap bands?
Yeah.
And they're luminous.
They're back.
They are. Yeah, Charlie's got one with a crab on it and one with a frog on it. True story. Right, where to next? Sorry, darling. So, are you having this?
Bring him on.
All right, little minx.
I know.
What chain are you using?
This is just chain out of one of our findings kits.
Okay.
Yes, I've just got something in mind and I'm just waiting for those glorious babies.
So you've got the turquoise and you're going to work with these as well. 80 carats.
I just love the uniformity of those. I just love it. It's dramatic. It's like icicles. Drops of pale blue crystal water.
I can almost see a design sort of inspired by, I know that we're towards the end of the summer and I know they're blue and I'm not going completely bonkers, but I see snowdrops.
Oh, I see, okay, I can see where you're coming from.
And I think that icicle, maybe sort of slightly ice queeny feel, and Christmas coming,
Oh, yeah.
chandelier style earrings with them, and tassel-y pendants, and this is glamour, isn't
I was just about to say glamour, and you said it.
See, Lady Lucy and Lady Linda at $18.95. I think we should do it.
Definitely.
Ali, what? Did you know that you can become a lady for £18.95? But in Scotland it's £29.95, and you get given a 2-foot square piece of land for the privilege, which is quite useful. Because your rabbit could run around on it at Sally's, right?
Okay.
Kerry, do you fancy becoming Lady Kerry for £18.95? Why don't we all become lords and ladies? £18.95. Hilarious, isn't it?
I think it would be amazing.
Pardon? Why does that not surprise me? We have a friend who has also now done that, and he is now Lord. Right, 80 carats of genuine aquamarine. They are stunning, 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 with a variety of the different hues of natural aquamarine. Now, you're going to be getting a definite 80 carats, but we can say you're going to get it on average over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 34. There's going to be approximately 34 on the strand. I'm guaranteeing you 80 carats. Helena, clearance price. Do it. Now we should be at just $14.95. We're going even lower than that. And we're going to take it to $9.95 for 80 carats of natural aquamarine all the way from Africa. And it's a case of first come, first serve, and add this onto your order. $9.95. Oh my word. If you want to sell those on per gemstone, what are you going to be looking at? Because you're looking at approximately 34 of them for $9.95. Well done, Susan and Gwyn. Lots of anonymous people, and Diana, you've just joined me. Make sure you're checking out your baskets, folks. 80 carats using the code, and that works like 29 pence a bead.
Oh, I mean, you can't get, I've said this before, but I used to buy glass pearls, which are faux pearls, obviously, a glass with a pearl. Faux pearl coating on, and the smallest one, well, the smallest one was the most expensive actually, the 4mm, but a 6mm glass pearl cost me 40p. That's a glass pearl?
Crazy.
This is aquamarine at 29, did you say?
29p. 29p bead. Because if you were to sell those on at 60p a bead, you'd be over 100% in profit, and you know, yeah. Because you are basically getting clearance trade price. I've got lots of multi-buyers in there as well. They are really beautiful, and I think they'd work so nicely with the pearls. And with the Keshi pearls, well, you get a very, very different look. And then you can cluster these to make some stunning flowers, perhaps to emulate the designs that we've seen on the tiara band as well. So that is my final strand with you today, folks, and I'm leaving you in the very capable hands of Ali, but she is with Linda, so just, you know.
Yeah, bear with us.
No, Ali has got an amazing afternoon ahead, and remember, you can keep adding on to your order for only one post and packaging price. You've got another beautiful inspiration collection that Linda is going to be bringing to you, so thank you very much for staying with me for 6 hours. You've now got 6 hours. That dress is gorgeous.
My St. Mellon dress.
You want what?
Yeah. St. Mellon, my football club, black and white.
She likes it because it's the same as her football club. On that note, we'll leave you for a break and look forward to seeing Ali's dress on the other side of this. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 80 style. Come on.
Tune into The Late Show on Sunday the 24th of August for our Myths and Legends show. Join presenter Ali and guest designer Mark as they focus on the history of gemstones and tell some of the legendary stories that surround some of the world's most precious gems.
and welcome to Design Inspiration Show. I'm Ali DeFoy. It's great to see you. We have a wonderful guest designer with us. You've already been with her for the past 2 hours, hopefully. It's our wonderful, well, resident designer really. It's our Linda. Now, Linda's working away. This has been keeping you busy today, hasn't she?
I know, yeah, but I've just got the aquamarine that we've just done, which I'm absolutely desperate to make some earrings with. And the most amazing, look at this we had earlier.
That's beautiful.
Turquoise, it's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
Graduated as well. Oh, I love that you're putting that with gold already. Right, I'm going to be bringing you the next 6 hours, so I apologise in advance. Hopefully this hour should go all well. I should probably make sense for now, but then by 9 PM I don't know what's going to happen. So it'll be an interesting couple of hours. Hopefully you'll be able to join me for all of it. I've got some sapphires for you, and I'm going to get started with these actually because they are delumlicious. I've got some more pearls coming up for you, but a fancy sapphire strand. So you know fancy sapphire straight away. You're thinking of more than your classic blue, aren't you? Your classic sapphire, coming from the Latin word sapphirus, meaning blue. So when we get more than one colour sapphire, we can call it fancy sapphire or multi-sapphire. This is way more than one colour. This is giving you the ultimate. Now what's so difficult to get are clean white sapphires. And when I say white sapphires, I don't mean cloudy, I don't mean sort of greyish in colour, I mean white. Wait until you see these. These are white sapphires in between gold and canary yellows, gorgeous pinks, phenomenal greens. It's a striking strand, this one. You will need to get yourself some sapphire in your life, whether it be this strand or another one. I definitely absolutely over the moon with this quality of white sapphires. So rare to get this many white sapphires. As well as all of your pinks, as well as your golden honey tones, you've got your imperial tones in there, golden canary yellows, as well as the darker greens coming through. You've got a lovely array of sapphires here, so not just one to choose from. You've got a great quality, a great mixture. I'm just going to put it on my hand here. Oh, and you can see against the skin tone, can you see how clean those sapphires are, the white ones? The reason I'm going on about the white sapphires so much is because we very rarely get them. Usually they're quite white, quite greyish almost in their colour, aren't they? Have you seen them in sort of faceted strands with the pinks or the strawberries? What do you think of the quality of this strand, Linda?
Unfortunately, it's not sparkling on the TV as it is in the studio. It's just beautiful, isn't it? One of the most beautiful necklaces I've ever seen was at a gems function, and it probably was 8 or 9 strands of multicoloured sapphire, and it had been stranded ever so similar to how that's been done, but they were just graduated down, and it was just such a nice stopper.
We had them, I remember presenting a few of them myself, and they were around your sort of £500 upwards, and a good couple of hundred carats of sapphires, of course, with that sort of price point. But the fact that it was able to be that price as low as £500 was amazing. What you've got here, in fact, even if you were to just type into the internet fancy sapphire necklaces, you might even see some of them. Yeah. You might see them yourself. We have a lot of interest on this already, which is great to see. 18 centimetre strand. What I love about this so much is the fact that you can put your white sapphires with your bridal jewellery straight away, because very few people will ever get the opportunity to have a white sapphire to put with their jewellery, and you might want the gem sincerity and the gem faithfulness on your wedding day. I think that's a lovely thought, a lovely idea, but we very rarely get them of this pure clean white sapphires. Bearing in mind for many years, and part of the reason the Mohs hardness scale was developed was so people could tell the difference between white sapphires and diamonds. You've got a beautiful array. You've got your canary yellows, you've got your sort of orange sunset hues in there, you've got your blues, of course, your classic sapphire featured in there as well, and you've got 15 carats of sapphires. So it depends what you're after. You after the fact that there's white sapphires of this quality in here? Is it the fact that they're all sparkling so beautifully, every single one hand faceted, of course, every single one of them has its own attention to detail, colour matching in there as well? Or are you after it because it's sapphires, because you want to own fancy sapphire? Are you wanting to own your multicoloured sapphires? Do you want to own 15 carats of sapphires at a price that 15 carats of sapphires shouldn't really be at? But because we can buy in bulk, we can get a great saving for you. Is that what you're thinking? If you get an idea in mind. Don't worry if you haven't. Our guest designers and our designers on Facebook as well. Lots and lots of you post your pictures on there giving ideas for other people as to what to make with their sapphires. But for 2x1mm, graduating up to the bigger ones here of 3x1mm, 18cm strand, it is our Gems of Distinction, which is actually based after the necklaces that Linda just mentioned on her sister channel, our Gems of Distinction collection on Gems TV, which you may have heard of, you may have seen. This is a strand that for me is an absolute... Where? Oh wow. Oh wow, we have a brilliant price point coming your way. I wouldn't even expect one piece of sapphire jewellery, a finished piece with just 1 or 2 sapphires, to even come as low as this. Oh wow, we really are. $44.95. Now where do you get sapphire jewellery at that sort of price point?
Oh, you can't, and if you did, it'd probably be one of those. Just one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Beads, just one.
Because bear in mind, they are hand faceted, every single one of them. So they've been faceted by hand, the same quality as you would expect in genuine gemstone jewellery. They are clean as you like. Have you seen the clarity in these? If I hold that out maybe, you might be able to see that a little bit better, because these are full of the most exceptional brilliance and luster and scintillation. So from every single angle, you've got a sparkle, whether it's coming at you from the front, whether it's coming at you from the side. For $44.95, I would love you to be able to go to a jeweller's and ask for 15 carats of sapphires for £50. What do you think you could get? It's not going to be a lot, is it? But you've got 30 days to make your mind up. Always remember that. 0800 644 655 on the phone lines, or alternatively on the web, jewellerymaker.com. Try and get it before it goes. You don't need to use the whole strand. You could just incorporate a little bit of sapphires. I can't believe I'm able to say this. In your jewellery, you can just incorporate just a couple. I've just got a few sapphires actually with my pearls, because you could intertwine them. Talking of pearls, I'm going to show you the design inspiration. This I'm going to leave with. It's still available, but not for long, because if you put pearls with it like this, can you imagine just a couple of sparkling white sapphires in between? Or maybe if you went for the pinks and had a couple of sparkling pink sapphires in between. Just picking out a few of them, obviously not the entire strand, but just little sections you could pick out and alternate in between. Oh yes, right, so there may be a few sapphires if you're quick, and you do get a black poché with that as well. It's my posh version of saying a pouch. Poché. Right, pearls for you now. Let's have a good wee look at what we've got. Oh, hold on a minute. This has got 5 strands of pearls. Now it's called I'm Your Venus. I'm your Venus. Is that the one you mean? No. Am I singing the wrong song, Linda?
No, that's
Is that the right song?
Yeah.
Venus. Oh yes. So I've just picked out 2 strands actually, quite perfect in the surface on these ones actually. Normally you would expect to be a little bit of pitting on a pearl, but no, these are fabulous. Let me go through your sizes for you. So your classic pearl here, you are looking at white culture potato pearls, 6x5mm. Now of course I would say these are top drilled through the top of them. I've got your big pinks. Now your pinks are Baroque pearls. Now you might look at these and think, right Ali, that's great. I understand they've got a different name, but I don't understand why. Why is that called a Baroque pearl, and why is that a potato pearl? Potato pearl, can you see that that's shaped a little bit like a potato? It's just off around. It's actually known as a roval cut in our sister channel in the gem industry. Between a round and an oval is known as a roval, so it's 1mm off your round. I see that. So this is actually, personally, I would call it a roval strand, because I don't think potatoes does anything for your gemstone jewellery, but that's what they're called. So don't be put off by the fact that it says potato. They're not made from potatoes, nothing to do with an actual potato, other than it's slightly oval shaped, which therefore is a little bit more like a potato. But I would call it a roval if I was going to sell that.
On the eye, they're just stunning, aren't they?
Pretty perfect indeed, aren't they?
Perfect.
Pure white. Now I believe these are probably natural. I don't believe these have been bleached, even though they're exceptionally bright.
No, I don't think so.
Then let me explain your Baroque pearls. Can you see that one side of it looks sort of flat? So if I turn that round, you can see how perfectly that's going to sit on the wrist. Baroque pearls means one side is slightly flat and the other side has got more of your shape. So that's something, a sort of natural effect that you can get with your Baroque pearls. I believe these have been coloured to give you that pinky pink, but they are natural in their shape. So, genuine culture pearls, these are bigger, as you can see straight away. With a Baroque pearl, you don't need to have as a perfect shape. These are particular millimeters, 5 by 6 mil for your potato pearls, whereas your Baroque can be a little bit more, there's a little bit more ease on these. You're looking at, with your pinks, they're side drilled and they are 9 by 8 millimeter approximately for your light pink side drilled Baroque pearls. Sorry? Alan in London likes my hair. Thank you very much, Alan in London. I had my hair coloured, but I don't like it.
It's lovely.
I think it's too dark.
No, it's not. It's lovely.
But thanks very much. You've never seen it straight before? That's my hair normally. It's poker straight, yeah. Normally I put a bit of effort in, today I didn't bother. No, I'm joking. Well, I tried. I washed it. Right. Thank you, Alan. I've gone all red now. Can't see for all the makeup. Right. And then you've got peacock colour Baroque pearls as well. These are really popular. These might even be your natural peacock pearls, actually. We've had some really gorgeous natural peacock pearls of late. Again, that Baroque style shape, side one flat and one is your sort of gorgeous natural shape. We are looking at, for your peacock pearls, side drilled Baroque, and they are 9 by 8 millimeters, so the same as your pinks. Now, we're slightly different size between the grey and the peach. Let me bring these to you. There's your greys. Oh gosh, I think they should be called silver. I don't think grey does them any justice, does it?
I agree, Ali. Yes, I think grey's a bit, excuse me, not a very sort of nice sound.
You wouldn't go out on a grey evening, would you? But you'd go out on a silver evening.
Yeah, spot on. Silver's beautiful.
Laughing at me, they're like, ooh, a silver evening. But you know, if you said, oh, the sky is lovely and silver tonight, let's go out and walk, you'd say,
it's much nicer going out on a silver evening than a grey one, isn't it?
Someone tells me grey, I'm going to want to stay in my bed. I want to watch a Disney movie if someone tells me grey. Mr. Grey, who's Mr. Grey? There was a boy in my school I used to fancy, Fraser Grey. Yeah, Fraser Grey.
I think they're on about something to do with shades of.
Shades. Oh. Oh, I haven't read that book. Neither of you. Have you read it? Drop us a text actually today, or drop us a wee message if you want to say, hey, how you doing? If you want to ask Linda what she's up to in her daily life. No, we'll try and keep it to Jewellery making, but I'm sure she doesn't mind.
Quite boring.
60777, is it? I doubt that very much. That out of all the guest designers, you're probably the least boring, I think.
Well, let's say some days a bit more unexpected than others.
On jewellerymaker.com, you can drop us a free message on there if you want to say hey, howdy. Let us know what you're up to today. Maybe it's your birthday, maybe you want a wee happy birthday message. And then, sorry, I'll give you your sizes for your silver pearls. On the information they say grey, but I'm going for silver. They are side drilled culture Baroque, and they are 8 by 6 millimeter for these ones here, and then 9 by 7 mil for your dark peach. These are known as. Dark peach doesn't do it any justice, does it? Either, does it? Dark. Dark makes me think of Darth Vader.
Yeah, I know. I think we're going to have a word with whoever does this bit of the job.
Do you think they do the buying so well because people have called them that and they think, oh gosh, I can get those prices really down, really low because it's called dark peach. Probably. Nobody's going to think of, oh, dark peach.
It's not fair on the pearl though, is it? Really?
No, it's not fair on these pearls.
No. Pearls, yeah.
It's going to think of their personalities. It's going to make them feel a bit down, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is why you need to get them, lift their spirits.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Garnet. Juicy Garnet. How long is this, Garnet? You do get this as well as the pearls, don't you? I've not just added this in.
No, that's right.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm waiting for that one. 40 carats of red garnets. Now, when do we get red garnets of a round of this sort of size? Because this, for me, is brilliant. Linda, did you choose this?
Actually, Pip put the inspiration...
Pip put it together?
Yes, he did. I think he rang me up to see whether I could do this afternoon, and I said, yes, I'd love to, as long as you give me something really fabulous and gorgeous and wonderful. And he's come up with it. He's done it. He's done it. He's come up with something fabulous, beautiful and wonderful.
He has done a good job, hasn't he? Pip's very good at this putting together bundles and kits and inspirations. I'm loving it. So these, I've not seen it red garnets of this 2 mil round before, I don't believe. 36 centimetre strand. They're natural and they're colour matched like that. How often do you get natural colour matched gems in a bundle of that size? I mean, they're a great size, aren't they? 2 mil.
Oh, fantastic size. really, really useful. Obviously, they're useful to be to slot in between the larger ones, particularly for pearls. It's great. I mean, you'll see on one of the designs I've done. But also you can weave them into heart shapes. You can weave them.
Oh,
you can sew them in, and you
garnets.
can do all sorts of things with them. I don't know what I'd do without the 2, 3, and 4 mil gemstones. I really don't think I could make jewellery ever again without those.
Never again.
No.
Never ever.
No.
Never ever.
Never ever ever.
So there we go. That's everything you're getting. Because this emerald strand, you really don't need this, because I can. No, you want to see an emerald strand as well? Do you not think this is enough? It's not enough. You want more? More, I tell you, more. A strand of Brazilian emeralds. Genuine emerald. You've got with your emerald. How I'm hypnotized with these 25. You can tell, can't you? 25 carats, 3 by 1 millimeter to 4 by 6 millimeter, 18 centimeter strand. You have got a strand of emeralds. Now with the garnets. I know I shouldn't say this, but I was talking about the German market actually yesterday with one of my friends. One of my dear friends just moved to Birmingham, and I was letting them know that they love Christmas. I was letting them know that the German market comes to Birmingham every Christmas, and they're going to be made up. But what do you have a foot-long hot dog there? I always have the pretzels, the massive pretzel things with cinnamon on top. Oh, anyway, and a hot chocolate. Oh, yeah. Anyway, doesn't this look like quite a Christmassy combination?
Definitely, definitely.
I'm massively in love with the garnets and the emeralds together. That for me is perfect combination. Love it. Love, love, love this. In fact, talking about that, I've just heard my producers say something that I've done as well, is that the German market in Birmingham, there's a particular, or most of the stalls or stands where you can buy, is it glühwein, is that how you pronounce it? Or hot chocolate, wherever it may be you fancy as a wee drink. If you you have to put a deposit down on the cup when you get your drink, but then you can buy the cup. You can then buy the cup, and I buy it. Now, how much is that to buy the cup? It's about £5 for a cup, which you could buy anywhere, but you buy it because you're at the German market, right? £5 is double the post and packaging for here. That's double. So you think about it, you'd easily pay for a cup, and you think, oh yeah, that'll remind me of that day. I'll pay £5 for a cup. So that's £5 easily spent. What else would you spend?
Well, £5 easily spent, isn't it? I mean, just a magazine can be £4.95 easily, can't it? £6.95. Yeah, easy.
So for £39.55, and I was looking at t-shirts the other day. T-shirts. I'm going to get over this one day, but regular viewers for the past few days, you've heard me talking about the price of a t-shirt. £35 to £45 for these fancy designer t-shirts. Yeah. Well, we're going down. Why are we going down? Why are we going down? I've lost Linda. She's gone.
I was just scared. So I went to where I live down there.
She's got a wee bed down there. She's got a wee pillow resting her head. For the price of one strand of pearls, say $9.95 for the smaller size. The bigger sizes, you would expect $12.95. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands of pearls. Pretty perfect indeed for your potato pearls. And we're looking at $27.95. This is unreal, Linda.
Absolutely. Absolutely unreal. Totally and utterly. It's just we're just still in bed and asleep, aren't we? We just sort of
I can't believe it. I'm gonna go and join Linda. Can I take them with me? Okay, I'm going to take them with me. Don't put them on my bag. Okay. I'll try not to, Linda. Oh. So you've been playing with these now. When did you get this to play with? The start of the show?
No.
This is your design and inspiration. So you've had this in advance.
Tuesday, I think I got these.
It's only because I see it all here, but you're going to show us, right?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
I love this part of the design inspiration. This is my favourite part.
I mean, we had pearls in the previous one today, and they absolutely flew out. So it was that's fine. It's sort
I'll
of.
have to have this one then, I think.
It's so different to the previous bundle that we had today. It's
so cute.
The white pearls are just look. You can see them now. Say no more. Look at the white ones there. They're just perfect, aren't they? They're just Breakfast at Tiffany perfect for me.
That's beautiful.
It is, isn't it? The garnet and pearls are singularly a match made in heaven. I learned that a while ago.
Oh, so you've made four necklaces.
Yeah. And all this is left over.
You've got loads left over. Oh. Have you got a favourite?
I do like the brooch. Brooches are really coming into fashion. Very vintage looking brooches with, to be honest, as much as you can throw at a brooch, throw at it. Because they're getting very sort of mixed media. Definitely. You're getting a lot of fabrics as well on brooches, but brooches I am really enjoying making, particularly. I'll quickly show you how to make a brooch finding. But I do like the necklace, the second one in, that's got all of the pearls.
The peach
pearls. No, the next one. The one there.
The 3 strands.
Because we've
the
got that, what is termed, I think, on the description as a pearl threading material. But in my book, that is what we put... thread. You see that silver there? Yes, that's what we said. We had the gold in the previous bundle, and the silver is absolutely glorious. It's a different look altogether, and it's beautiful.
What is it?
It's a very fine gizmo twist on a wire. Okay, so this is probably a 0.01 wire or something quite daft like that. Something that we could probably ever gizmo. It's so fine, and it's just got this little hole obviously running through the centre. It must have the spindle, the little mandrel must be so fine, like a pin. It probably is done round a pin or a head pin. And then you can pop beading thread through it, so consequently you can use it as sort of a spacer, or as I say, you can use it as a wire protector around the neckline. You can, as I said earlier, unravel it and it'll just go into tiny little like fireworks and pop a little pearl on the end of that. It's got lots of uses, and there's tons of it in the bundle. But I love the emerald and the garnet and the pearls. I love those sorts of necklaces. I must admit, if I've got lots of bits and bobs left when I've sort of made what I'm trying to make something a little bit different, I always end up with one of those necklaces, because that's the type of necklace I wear a lot when I'm out. I
want to wear this with a ball gown. This for me is a ball gown evening piece. That's
quite vintage, isn't it, as well? I think the whole of this bundle is shrieks vintage, just shrieks it, so you can't help but make that type of jewellery as well as.
We've got quite a lot of classic ladies who've joined us already. We had 100, Linda, and I've got 80, less than 80. I can see at least, 10, 15 in baskets on the web. 20 in baskets I've just had confirmed. You need to check, well, if you check it out, it's gone. Eek, check it out, do not delay, because I'm looking at any one of these I'd pay $27.95 for one piece of finished jewellery with just a few pearls, just a couple.
The thing is about pearls, we've got garnet and emerald. I mean, garnet and emerald we have as well. But the thing about something like this, it's everybody will appreciate it, won't they? Everybody will love it. I mean, I just think it'd be
the pearl doesn't need much explanation, does it?
Exactly, and just incredibly wearable. So you can make presents, gifts, all sorts from this, and it will be well received and it will be enjoyed. So, you just cannot lose. And at that price, well, you know what? It's what I could just call a steal, really.
It's a must. Because even if you're looking at them thinking, oh, there's a particular strand of pearls I definitely know I'm going to use with, I definitely want to use the garnets and emeralds. The other ones, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the price we're at just now, you can have pearls in your stash. stash of pearls? How many people in their lives will ever think, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to my pearl stash?
Well, how many people have paid double figures for just pearl droppers, just one pearl? That's 2 pearls you've got on, you know.
Well, you pay £15 easy for
absolutely.
4 pearls. But these aren't shell pearls. No, these are genuine pearls. Real pearls, culture pearls, not pretend pearls. Oh yes, genuine pearls. You get all of the pearl strands, plus the emeralds and the garnets. You don't need to choose.
Absolutely not.
You might look at that and think, oh gosh, does that mean I choose one of the strands of pearls plus the garnets? No, you get all of them.
I was only reading yesterday that pearls are now becoming the sort of staple diet of jewellery, of the jewellery industry.
Yeah.
Pearls are making, have made a huge impact again.
Massively.
Which is what happens with pearls. So consequently, you can't go wrong with them because they're one of those gemstones that will come around, go around, keep, you know, absolutely timeless. And we said earlier as well, you can make heirlooms from them, modern day heirlooms, etc., etc.
Well, I hope you managed to get them because they've just sold out. So we're going to have a look at, in fact, no, this is something I need because I've bought 3 strands of pearls recently, as many of your viewers know, and I want to make some jewellery. I want to make a necklace for my family.
Okay.
My mum, my brother's fiance and myself, so we all have a matching one. I just saw it and I loved it. We've got the beading knotting tool. Now this is what I need to use.
Yeah, there are 1 or 2 knotting tools. This is great, particularly if you travel to craft fairs and things like that to pop in your bag. I think we have got a little video. I think Hannah
of how to use this.
How to use it, but it's great. The instructions are there. Inside the packet, it's a double page of instructions with diagrams, which will show you how to use it. But that is the classic way of using pearls in your jewellery, is by pearl knotting. That is the classic way, and in my book, is the most sophisticated look.
I agree, and especially now, I know this might sound unlikely because you're like, oh, I've never broken a necklace, but if somebody if you catch your necklace and snap it, the last thing you want to do is be crawling around the pavement trying to pick up your pearls. If they're knotted in between, there's 1 pearl you need to find if it snaps.
Exactly.
And you might think nobody's going to snatch it if you're cuddling your best friend's new baby boy, if they go to pool, as they do, as babies do. It's a must, I think. But there's a question that I need to ask. I'm going to ask you, Linda, in the hope that you may know, but don't worry if you don't, because I'm putting you on the spot here. But a lady asked me as well, what's the best material, threading material, to use to knot my pearls?
Okay,
so what should I use?
There are several, and again, each of them in my book are number 1s, if you see. Well, the ones I'm going to mention are all equally as good. The classic way to knot pearls is with a silk thread. Okay, that's because it slips quite beautifully through the hole in the pearl, which, as we said before, is normally quite a small hole. It'll slip through. You can get that, but there is just only one drawback, and believe me, pearls in the past, fantastic pearls, royal pearls, and everything have been used on silk, but eventually it will. I hate to say the word break. It will. Because it's not a man-made fibre, because it's natural, it will, and it could take donkey's years for it to happen, which is why it's probably, you're right, it's knotted, so there's only the one that drops off. That's the classic way, but eventually it will break. But that is the classic way of knotting them. You can use our, we have got, I think it's a bead on, if you look on the website, we've got pearl knotting,
tutorials.
Cord. No, we've got pearl knotting cords that already is on a wired needle. Okay, there's several meters of it. It's on it. So whatever you do, if you use that, don't cut the length of thread that you think you need, because you'll never get that needle back on again, because it's a wired needle. So just keep doing it, and then when you finally finish, then cut it. Okay, and you've still got your needle on the end.
Perfect.
But that's absolutely brilliant. That would be my one of choice at the moment.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm after then. I need to get myself some of that on the website. I've got some pearl necklaces to make. And one of the ladies, Pam, in my tennis club, she not club, we play tennis at the gym, and she's given me her necklace that's snapped to restrand.
Yeah. That is the simplest way of doing it as well, because you've got your little needle there.
Perfect. So you get your knotting tool, which is a must, because nothing's going to get as close to the pearl for a knot. Your hands aren't going to do it.
You won't get a uniform knot if you're doing it freehand.
Oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah. If you want to make it look special, then you might as well. If you've got pearls, you might as well, because you don't need to get another one. Once you've got one, that's you sorted.
That's right, exactly.
A one-off.
Exactly.
I'll leave it with you. Still available, because I want to see how you made. Are we going to do the findings? Sorry, no. I'll do that in a bit.
Find it fab. There's fabulous findings. Right. Very quickly, I'll get, because again, the whole of this, I've tried to keep it relatively simple. So I'm just going to do a component on this necklace first, because it's very simple. But sometimes I get people say to me, "Oh, how did you do that?" And I think, well, it's very simple, but just sometimes some people just can't quite see it. But once you explain it, it's a light bulb moment, and you've got it.
I want a light bulb moment.
So we're just going to make the actual white pearl component of that, and then I'll talk through the rest. Okay. Now, all we have to do is to take some 4mm wire. 4mm I advise you to take. Because it's going to pass through the pearl, no problem.
0.4mm, sorry, if you're new.
Sorry, not 4mm.
Yeah, I was thinking,
0.4mm. And what we need to do is take a reasonable length, a workable length. It's always better to have too much, it's not expensive anyway. And we're going to start off with a wrapped loop. I know I always do wrapped loops, but you know, I sort of basically do beading of gemstones, and that is such an integral part of what I do as a jewellery maker. So we pop the wire into our round nose pliers, and then just pop away, and then flick your wrist around and away from you, and bring that back over the top, keeping it nice and close, and literally giving a bit of tension on the wire every time. We're looking to get a shape in that wire, okay? And then we take the pliers out, and then we pop the bottom prong of the plier back in, so we're now gripping it with the pliers, and then we take that little excess as close as we can, again keeping tension on the excess wire down here, and keeping the tension up there, and take it out. And what you're looking for, I don't know whether you'll pick that up, I'm really sorry, I know it's tiny, but oh, that's a great shot, is as perfect a round as you can get, because if you get that every time, you'll find that whatever you attach to it, and we're going to attach 3 more wrap loops into that one, it'll just give you lots of movement, and it won't get caught in that horrible little dent. So the secret is keep plenty of tension on the wire, plenty of tension on the on the pliers, excuse me, and follow the shape of those pliers. Simple as that, but it's just a technique.
Well, there you go.
And then if you've got flush cut pliers, go in and pop out. If you haven't, the pliers I'm using for my toolkit, perfectly fine. And then take one of the pearls and just thread that on. Okay, and let it drop down to that loop. Now I'm going to repeat myself, but with the pearl on. So I'm going to grab just above the gemstone, the pearl, and do exactly the same again. So we're flicking it round, bringing it back, plenty of tension on it, popping back in, plenty of tension, and then going around literally the bottom of the plier, go around that a couple of times, and again you're looking for that nice round shape. Trim off. I probably won't get perfectly round shapes, because I'm trying to fit a little bit, but at home I do try, you know, because I enjoy doing it actually. It's therapeutic.
I was going to say, it looks quite therapeutic just watching you. I'm getting a little bit hypnotised. I'm forgetting to speak. I'm just watching.
Now the next thing to do, we're making a little set of 4 of these, right? The first one we're just going to make, literally, I'll take one out here. This is the first one we're going to make. Okay, so we've got 4, and they're dangling.
So cute.
Now that you could use, and you could dangle from them. You could use that for a multitude of things anyway, but we're just going to use it for this design. But that's the first component piece. So we put that over there, and just to make that, again, wrap loop technique, but only halfway through that technique. So push away, flick your wrist round and bring it over the top, and then stop, and we've got a half of our circle. Now what we need to do now is to thread that through the previous one that you've done, let that drop in to that half circle, pop your pliers back in, and then again keeping that excess wire as close as you can to the pliers, just twist around and cut off. Okay, so now we've got our excess wire here now ready and waiting for the next pearl. So we pop that on, and you see that goes in brilliantly on the 0.4. And then what we do.
Sorry, if you wonder why I'm looking up there, I've got a big TV. I get to see what you see at home, so I'm too busy watching.
So what we do now is, you can see we've got a drop there, so we do exactly the same again, but we're going to finish off because what we're going to make here at some point, when we go back to the design itself, you'll see that we need to have a connection point for the rest of the necklace. So what I need to do next, and I won't do it because you know how to do it now, but I'll do one actually, because we are going into exactly the same place, so I don't want to confuse you. So again, we'll do half of this wrap loop, and then what we need to do with that is to the original pearl, and it doesn't matter actually which one out of those two, but the one that's now dangling here, you see that one's dangling in there, I need to go into that same loop. I don't want to go into the loop of the one that's dangling, I want to go into the loop of the pearl I'm holding. Okay, so we just pop that half wrap loop into the loop of the pearl I'm holding, and exactly the same thing again, just finish off that wrap loop and pop on your pearl, and then do that one more time. So you've then got 4, okay? We'll just pop the other one on, and then do it one more time, and then you've got 4. So we finish off again with a complete wrap loop on that. So I'll just bring back that same...
So if I'm correct, that one is the one you're holding, and then that would be the 3 that would be dangling, is that right?
The, you made a good point there, Ali, actually. Let's, if we can just get onto this necklace here.
I put my hand behind
that's
it, will
great.
make it a bit
It's
clearer.
a really good point. Is that when we start to put them together, the very first one has just got 3 pearls. You can see that little sort of shamrock shape of 3. So the first one and the last one just have 3 pearls, and every other consecutive one has 4, but we link them up. So when we link up, we've got our first 3.
So is that right? That one of the 4 links to the previous one. The other one is in the necklace at the top.
Yeah,
with the
that's
garnets.
exactly right.
The next one links to the next one, and then you have one free for your drop.
Non-deliberate mistake.
Oh,
yeah, you have.
No, I didn't.
No, you have, because that pearl that's sitting up above on the neckline piece is obviously threaded onto beading thread, and then 2 of the set of 3 are underneath, and there's the 3rd one of the component that we're making. Okay? So there is 4, but the 4th one is actually threaded on to the beading thread. So when we have that first set of 3, what we now need to do is to make a set of 4, okay? But if I, let's say I've made, I'm sorry it all sounds like numbers and things, I do apologise, but I've got a set of 3, so make a set of 3 after your first set of 3, and then again taking your wire, make half of your wrapped loop and pop it into, you have to find, the specific thing is to find which is the pearl that the others are dangling from. So taking all of them,
the one they're joined,
you'll find that you will quite quickly come to hold the one that's got 2 in its little loop. So that's the one we need to put our 4th one into. So pop it in there and complete your loop, which isn't going to be a particularly good one here, I can see that straight away, and then trim it off, and then pop on the 4th pearl, because we're working in the 4 components now. Pop on the 4th pearl. It all will become clear, honestly, it's just a repetition on all of these then. And then what we need to do again is half of a loop, and then taking that first set of 3 is just loop on to one of them, and we're just building it up now. Okay, you can see that's going to build up now. So we've got that on. That's now got 3 that's going to go onto these two pearls here are going to thread onto the neckline, and it's going to have a pearl in between it on the beading thread. This pearl here underneath has now got the 4. So one of those is going to come up, that next one is going to come up and go through the beading thread with little beads in between it. So all you need to do now is just to make up more components of 3. Okay, work in odd numbers, okay, so I think I've probably got something like 13 components altogether, something like that, but we'll make sure it's an odd number, including your 2 components of 3 at each end. So make another 3, wrap loop into the one that they dangle from, and then attach it to that previous one of 4. Okay. Now, if anybody wants the instructions, I'll write them down and put them on, because I do understand it's that you can't rewind at the minute. But all you need to do now is, if you can see that sitting there, then you need to put your 4th pearl in and just attach it to that one there, okay? And then these top pearls, those 2 are attached to the beading thread, that's attached to the beading thread, and that's attached, and just come all the way around. And then if we can just quickly point out that this one down here now, this one that's nearest to us, that's the one that's going to hang the dangle from, okay, of the larger pink pearl there. So you've got all of your components are now threaded on by a top pearl, and they're all interlinked anyway. By the time you get to actually putting them onto the beading thread, you've got all of those pearls, they're already done, and they'll be in a long row, which incidentally make a lovely bracelet. And then you've got a pearl hanging down, graduated all the way around. Make sure it's an odd number so that you've got a central point, and then you can just make your components in exactly this way, same way, using a head pin. Okay, pop a garnet on, and pop on one of the peach pearls and attach it to the bottom pearl of your 4. And don't bother at all attaching anything to that 3, because there isn't a drop there for it. I hope you've understood that. If not, I mean, just let me know. Just pop it onto Facebook. I do. Pop it onto Facebook, and I'll put it into
Facebook. Yeah, your page is GM Guest Designer and Linda.
I'm not sure actually. That seems to have gone into cyberspace. So just put it on Jewellery Maker Facebook, a comment, and I'll pick it up. It's gone somewhere. I must get somebody
Why don't you send it to me and I'll send it to Linda?
Yeah, please.
I can email it to her, forward it to her.
But I do check just for comments and things. And if I pick anything up, say against the picture of the necklace, the photo of the necklace, if you pop a question there, I'll pick it up, and I will actually do it stage by stage.
For anyone who's new to Jewellery Maker, our Facebook page is Jewellery Maker UK. You can find us on there. So all your w's.facebook.com/Jewellery Maker UK. And mine's just / Ali DeFoy, and Linda's was probably GM Guest Designer Linda, but she doesn't know where it is.
I have no idea where it's
I wouldn't bother trying to find that, because I don't think even Linda knows where that is. Or you can message us here. My email is ali@tggc.com, so standing for the genuinegemstonecompany.com. Yours is linda@tggc.com.
Exactly the same. Yeah, so same as yours, but with Linda.
There you go. You're saying this, I don't get any emails, ever. Yeah, no, I say this all the time, no one ever emails me.
Oh.
No, I get one from Mr. Griffin now and again. Yeah, he's the company happy man, or woman. Don't know, we get an email from someone called Mr. Griffin on like the random Monday morning now and again. It's like, you can do this, you can get through today.
Let's get this out of your way.
And everyone gets the same one, yeah. No, I absolutely understand that completely. And then you've just attached some thread.
Yeah, all I've done then is attach the beading thread, because obviously this is well, not obviously, perhaps. All of these gemstones are on beading thread, so you can see there's a pearl, a couple of garnets, pearl, and picking up the top pearl of the 3 and 4 pearl components that you've been making. And that just threads on really nicely. I mean, you can extend on that. You could do yet another layer of exactly the same pearl and attach it to the bottom pearl there every time, and make a real sort of Victorian bib necklace. And then on here, as Alice just said, there's this fabulous chain.
Really pretty fine chain.
Really pretty fine chain.
I don't have that chain, but I do have this chain.
Yeah, I think we had this chain earlier.
Oh, so that's good. So you might have got that.
Yeah.
Oh well, if you're like me, you might have missed it. Oh, Linda, I love them. I think I'm gonna have to say my favourite is gold.
Yeah.
I love.
Well, again, we had that chain earlier, that one on the necklace at the end there.
Did you?
That's the chain I was mentioning. We didn't actually see it in a working piece, but that's a very simple piece. But the chain is the big feature of that necklace there. It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's one of my favourites.
Yeah,
and the brooch I adore. Brooch reminds me of two things. When I was younger, I was going to a Girl Guide holiday. I had to make something, so I made a little brooch with little beads, and I just dropped them on, so it was like a Scotland flag, and I had that. I was making that on the plane. Nearly got my whole family taken off the plane though, because my mum told me to bring some scissors to cut the ribbon and things on the plane. I took the biggest kitchen scissors I could find I was only like 10, I didn't really think about it, and then got to the airport security and they went, get anything in your bag? And I went, yeah, I've got some scissors. Took them out. My dad went, why have you got the kitchen scissors in your bag? And I was like, the first ones I could find. So yeah, but we still managed to get to America. And the other one was, I used to work ages and ages ago in a sort of agency where I got to promote things, and promoting was Dior was one of the things. I was promoting a perfume called, I can't remember what it was, but they gave me a little brooch to wear just like this with 1 or 2 pearls on it. I think it had like a little D hanging from it,
nice.
And a little bit of ribbon, and everybody talked to me. Everybody wanted this brooch. They didn't want the perfume. Well, not they didn't want the perfume, but they were all about the brooch. So something like that with pearls, I know how popular it is.
I mean, if Helen says we have time, I'll quickly go through that. Just the brooch finding, because I showed one the other day with a back for it, but this time I can show you like the pin one, the easy one. I've fallen over this easy way of making brooch pins.
I'm all over that. So I've got findings and I've got threading pack, whichever one you fancy doing. I've got them both at the ready. Should we do the beading thread since you mentioned that one? So we've got the classic colour of your beading thread, sort of silver. This is 0.45mm gauge, and then we have 0.38mm gauge in the what colour do we decided to call this one?
It's like
gold beading thread,
gold,
it's called,
isn't it? Yeah.
It's like a Rapunzel hair gold.
Yeah.
Orangey gold.
It's actually it's really nice with. In fact, you know what? I think. No, I didn't. I used the silver. I have used that. Yesterday I used that on something.
Did you?
It's got to be on one of these pieces. That's all I was doing yesterday. This one or the other one, I have used that gold. This one, this sort of silver one is fantastic. It's absolutely fabulous, but that's what I see as my sort of stash beading thread that I pick up. When I pick up the golds, the antiques, or any of the colours, I see that more perhaps a little bit like Gemma does when she does her beading thread designs, because it can then be a real integral part of your design.
Yeah, you might want to feature it as opposed to.
Yeah.
Be quite nice actually, because we're coming into autumn for the autumnal tones, autumnal gems. Got a really nice smoky quartz, loose smoky quartz coming up later on tonight. You might like that with it. And then we also have these treats as well. You've got 2 satin cords and a swadette with sparkle, which looks quite nice with the silver. My producer's enjoying, my director's enjoying it with the orange and golds. So dark purple, violety or lilac purple for both of your satin cords. They're 5 meters worth. Oh no, I tell a fib, they're 10 meters worth. With 1 meter in diameter, light purple, and your purple hint. Purple hint. I don't know how that's a hint of purple, because that's for me
that's purple.
Purple, and that's light purple. And then we've got our swadette, which has got this lovely, sparkle in it. This is the one that's 5 meters. This is called Imperial Purple, with a 1mm in gauge as well, your purple swadette. Putting them together in your sort of macrame style wrapping would be lovely. I've got a bracelet with the satin cord and the swadette alternating. It's lovely. That's an idea, maybe.
Absolutely, and just use it as a neckline piece, particularly this swadette. It looks really nice. I think I did one yesterday with some red and black. Ooh, just use it, and use it in the findings pack that's coming up in a minute. I think you'll find there may be some, I'm not sure it comes in off the top of my head.
Oh, I've got it all
some you need the ribbon endings with the little boxes.
Oh yeah, we've got cord endings.
Yeah, the cord endings for that, and just use that as your neckline piece. I mean, Debbie does a lot of those. Debbie Bulford. Debbie, if you're watching, I hope you're feeling better. I'll pop and see you next week.
Is Debbie not well?
She's been in hospital, but she's fine now. She's fine. She's on the road to recovery, so we all send you the best.
We absolutely do,
wishes.
Debbie. I'm the last to know everything.
Yeah, well,
I do apologise.
I got an email from her yesterday. She's home. It didn't go as it didn't go as expected. It didn't go badly. It just went a little bit more time-consuming, from what I can read from the email. And she's been a bit poorly, but she's on the road to recovery. So we all send our best.
We all send everything. I'm going to send we get some flowers. Oh no, I spoiled the surprise. I'm rubbish.
No, we're just sending her kids to get on with. Just got to work.
Find some flowers for you. Oh, get well soon, Debbie. Debbie's one of our guest designers here at the show. Many of you will know Debbie if you're regular, but if you're a new viewer, might be thinking, oh, who's Debbie? I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad she's on the mend. And we have this as well, which is your it's 20.25mm and transparent.
It's basically a monofilament. It's finer than the monofilament that we tend to put standardly in the kits. You can see it's a bead-along product. It's 0.25, so it's slightly finer.
It's usually we're is it 0.8?
Around about 3.8, yeah, something like that. Yeah, but this is finer, and this will be obviously more elusive on designs if you want to make the illusion necklaces. It's a lovely product to work with, that is.
Many of you will have seen the bead-along treats that we offer. We've got the bead-along knotting tool, which actually I launched. That was brilliant. Great company. You can always check them out if you're thinking, oh, I'm interested in that, or to know a bit more about them. Maybe you'll know a lot about jewellery maker. You might think, oh, it's something different. I want to have a look. So all of these together, so that's giving you in total how many meters? Should be £14.30, a great jewellery maker price. Bear in mind that's already incorporating the sort of discounts that we would have as a company. So if we offered you them singly and then added that price together, that'd be about £14.30. 10 metres plus 10 metres plus 50 plus 50. So that's 120 plus 5, 125 metres for £7.30.
Wow.
Was it £14.30 a minute ago?
Yeah, it was.
So that's £7 off?
Yeah, exactly. It's bonkers, isn't it? I mean, I don't quote me, and I'm not going to confirm it. I'm sure I've seen this at $4.99 elsewhere. I'm sure I have.
Well,
I'm sure
it would maybe make sense because these ones were able to get to you for what, £10 for the 5 of them.
I'm sure I've seen that in other places
at
around about £5. That beaded on thread.
You can have a look elsewhere. Bear in mind you get 30 days to make your mind up. So if you're thinking, oh, I want to have a wee look easy, you basically in essence got about 50% off.
Absolutely.
I'm not entirely sure why, but why not? Just because Linda's here and we love Linda. Should we do it? Linda's doing the ice bucket challenge later. Are you? I was told I'm not allowed to join in because I'm on air till 9 p.m.
I actually thought it was something to do with drinking when I first heard, which is why I put myself up for it. Then when it was explained to me, too late.
If you've not heard about this, there's a big craze going around the media at the moment with what's known as ALS, and it's to raise awareness, and they're calling it the Ice Bucket Challenge. Bill Clinton's done it, you've got your big celebrities have been doing it, George Bush has done it. Many celebrities have done it. I watched Jessie J's the other day, I watched Nicole Scherzinger's the other day. It was hilarious because someone threw it right at her face. What you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to do is get a bucket of ice water tipped on top of you, or sit in it, but still tip a bucket on top of you. So I said I was more than happy. We were nominated by our sister channel Gemporia, who nominated us, and I'm not allowed to do it because I'm on air till 9 p.m. So please don't nominate me.
We have to nominate somebody, don't we?
I'm more than happy to do it, but they've told me because you're all doing it at 5 p.m. Yeah. I'm not allowed to join in because I have to be here till 9 p.m. So I'm more than happily do it, but I'm told by my producer I'm not allowed to join in. So the Jewellery Maker one is going to incorporate Linda. This is brilliant, and I'm not going to get to see any of it because I'm going to be on air. I'll hear it. I'll probably hear. Can we leave the doors open so you can all hear the screams? Should we do that? Oh, we have to do it. You feel cold thinking about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know who I would nominate. Right. Sorry. Who's super? Oh, you just said super. Thank you for the comment that you dropped on me, mate. Apparently, I look like Mariah Carey with straight hair. Thank you very much. I'm thrilled about that. I was called that at school actually by one of my old teachers.
I can see the resemblance.
I'll take it. I'm absolutely taking that. So £7.30p, you're getting about 50% off. So I will leave it with £7.30. I can't believe that.
Amazing, isn't it? Fabulous price.
It's not even a tenner. Not even £10 for what, 125 metres.
And you know what as well, jewellery makers are creative people, and that's what we need to be creative. We need to have, we can't make our jewellery without these things, so that just
whether you mix it together or separate
them. Exactly.
I'm just thinking our Bruce is probably, director Bruce who's with me in the Late Show, is probably spending about £7.30 on ice right now for your ice bucket challenge.
I said to him, it is only a mug size, and he says he's bought
it's not.
He's bought a builder's bucket apparently.
Yeah. You're getting two buckets. Oh, two buckets each. You've got to stand in one and then get the other one poured over you.
Actually, that's not a bad thing.
I can see this because I'm not doing it. What a shame I'm on the telly. Could you imagine? Do it in here and I get soaked. What you think? I think I've got 9 days straight presenting to do. I don't know how I can do that if I'm standing freezing for 4 hours. They're like, well, just do it while you're on air, Ali. I was like, maybe not. Right, so we've got a findings pack for you here.
That's gorgeous chain, isn't it?
I keep looking at your designs, I love them.
That chain's fantastic. It's like a big sister of that one down there. It's beautiful.
A big sister. Well, you can't go wrong with a big sister then, can you? In fact, if anything, you must get the big sister. You can't separate the chains. You've got a lot in this findings pack. We very rarely do findings packs on their own. So when we do, they tend to be allocated quite quickly indeed. So for anyone who's new watching, thinking, do I need a price point? Do I need to get myself one of these? What sort of price points are going to be? Linda, is it a must or is it a must?
It's a definite, yes it is, and these are put together with thought and care. You know, Hannah and Paula that do the buying and everything, when they go over to India and they go over to Hong Kong and they go to China, you know, specifically sometimes they're going over just to do findings, so they're not just pushed together willy-nilly, they are put together with forethought, and they work every time. One of the best things that's come out of this is you'll come to in a miss, the skinny head pins.
Yes.
You know?
They're known on your information as featherweight head pins, but we here at Jewellery Maker probably tend to call them skinny head pins.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got pearls, they go through every pearl.
And you've just got yourself 5 strands of pearls, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Are these? Whoa! Aren't the these are silver plated ones, not silver colour, silver plated? There's a difference. So when it's silver plated, there's a certain micron of thickness that you have to be able to class something as plated and not just sort of flashed or covered or remade. So you've got a certain thickness of microns of silver, and I thought normally these are about $9.95 or $7.95 for the findings packs. Have you taken this price down? I love that. Yeah. Helena, how long have you been with us? Just shy of 2 months. Oh, just over 2 months.
I think she'll make just over 3 months.
Nope. Probation period. I'm joking. We love her. We need text messages in for Helena now. You're amazing. We love your price points. Yes. $6.95. Well, we're trying to make it as affordable as possible, whether you're wanting to start and try us as a new hobby, or try jewellery making. Maybe you're a regular. Maybe you want to get... I mean, putting this by somebody's Christmas present, you would spend £7 maybe in a family member, maybe for Christmas, would you not?
Definitely.
At least?
And I mean, if as Ali said, you are, you know, watching us as perhaps new to the hobby, with this findings pack, you have everything that you need. To use cord, obviously, if you want to use cord on it, but you've got clasps, you've got all of the findings that you need to attach the clasp to the beading thread. You've got chain, which obviously is a huge bonus. You've got, I think, 3 different clasps, but you've got another 3 on the cord ending.
Yep, you've got 2 clasps, 3 toggle clasps.
Yeah, and there's 3 more on there. You've got the S clasps on there,
which you can detach and use just a little bit of chain. You don't have to use it with the cord endings. You can mix them up a bit.
You've got 3 different varieties on the head pins. You've got crimp beads, you've got shepherd hooks, you've got
earrings,
jump rings,
and you've got ear wires.
You've got, so you can make a complete suite of jewellery. And as I say, as somebody perhaps who may be new to jewellery making, you've got everything in one little black organza bag that you need.
So it allows you to make jewellery. You might get strands, gemstones, but you might not necessarily have the findings. The worst thing is you get to the end of the necklace.
If you've got the strands of gemstones, you need the findings anyway, you know, so one comes with the other. So if you've got a strand of gemstones, you need this and vice versa.
So if you're thinking, oh, I might join you from some strands later, you need to get some findings, because the worst thing is happening is getting to the end of a necklace and not having a jump ring or not having a crimp to be able to finish it. So yes, make sure you get all your findings, make sure you get some set aside at this sort of price point. When it's silver plated, you know you're less likely, if you can wear silver, you're not going to be allergic to it, are you? Because of course silver has an element of copper in it anyway, so you know you're not going to be allergic to your copper. So you've got your silver in your plating. Allergy wise, I know a lot of people sometimes tend to get allergic by sort of random base metals. You know what this is. If you wear silver, you know you can have copper. So straight away, try and get it as soon as you can, because that, well, not just for newbies, for everybody. I love the fact that it's silver plated. I'm a little bit obsessed with that. Right, I'm going to leave that there because I've got some strands to bring you on the other side of a very short break. Linda, love what you've made. We've had quite a few messages regarding your designs and how much everybody loves them. You've outdone yourself.
Oh, thanks, Pip.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pip, for the bundles. It's been it's been nice for me. That I've come in, I've seen something, and then I thought, wow, I love that, and then make up the design. So yeah,
it's amazing.
It's been nice.
You've done well. You've done a grand job. We'll have you back.
Oh, thanks.
Myself and Linda will join you on the other side of this very short break. I want to see this bucket.
Chrome diopside, which as the name suggests, gets its vivid green colours from chromium. It's not a particularly well-known gemstone. Diopside, or sometimes known as Russian diopside, was first discovered in the early 1800s and derives its name from the Greek words dis and ops, meaning two-faced, in reference to the two ways of orientating the gem before cutting. Diopside is unusual in that it has perfect cleavage in two directions. To see more of this incredible gemstone, stay tuned to us.
Join guest designer Natalia Coleman for the Introduction to Leather DVD. Natalia will guide you through new techniques including how to create rings, cufflinks, earrings and necklaces. You will also learn how to use the essential tools you need to work with leather, along with lots of helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker. Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
Why, hello there. If you've just tuned in, it's great to see you. It's lovely to meet you. If you're a regular viewer, you might already know we've been working with the wonderful Linda, resident designer. Our Linda, she is a superstar. She's going to be getting wet later on. Oh yes. I've just found out there are 5 bags of ice that have just been purchased for your ice bucket challenge. And I've just found out we're going to a little bit of a break, so I'm going to get to watch it. That's going to be at 5 o'clock.
Great.
It's not just Linda, it's all of the team at Jewellery Maker, aside from myself, because I'm not allowed to join it apparently, because I'm going to be on air till 9 PM. I bet you can't wait for that bit.
I'm excited.
Really excited. I heard one of the gentlemen earlier, I think it was Ryan, saying, that's fine, but can you not get my jeans wet because I have to drive home? Oh, was that Ben? Oh, this is hilarious. This is the ALS challenge. We were nominated by our sister channel, Gemporia. So yeah, they're taking the challenge. Right. Yeah, thanks, Gemporia, they're saying. Thanks, Gemporia, it's brilliant. Right. I have some cabochons for you. Oh yes. Have a looky at these. So you've got a round one. This is beautiful. It's very rare we get a round one. This is your green aventurine round cabochon of 30mm. 40 carats. Would this be a good one for soutache, the round one? Would that be easier, or would an old one be better?
Yeah, definitely.
Just doesn't matter.
No, and to be honest, if somebody's sort of fairly new with cabochons, rounds is a great shape, because you can pop it onto backing foundation and just bead around it beautifully. You haven't got to literally be worrying about following points of shapes and things. So round's fantastic.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right, perfect. So if you're into your soutache, don't worry if you don't know much about it. Linda is our expert. You can always ask her, drop in any questions that you may have. So great for your pendants, of course, cabochon wrapping, or whether you want to have it with wire, or whether you want to use it with soutache or cord. You can wrap a cabochon wrap with cord beading thread that we just saw. You can do that. Yeah, with the satin cord, not beading thread, sorry, satin cord, you can wrap a cabochon. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Also, hello, a massive red agate oval. 40 by 30 millimeter, 50 carats, so you're getting 100 carats across the two. Cabochon means it's flat at the bottom and dome-like at the top. It can be any shape, but that's what it means. Now, I've got a lot of people coming in already for these two, but hold on, wait a minute. I have saved one of my favorite gems for last. Now, this will never come across on television anywhere near as it will to the naked eye, because it's a phenomenon gemstone. It's natural. It comes from the Shari Valley in Russia, in Olden, which is in Siberia. This is the amazing one location gem, completely natural, called Charoite. It is outstanding. It's got these pearlescent shimmers within it, layers and layers and layers. And the best way of describing this is for me to get a massive, as if you had lots and lots of melted amethyst in a huge big pot, and then you poured in pearls, melted pearls, and then swirled it together, and then just let it set in little molds. That for me is Charoite. Oh, have you seen this gemstone before, Linda?
I've seen it, not very often. I've probably seen it in a strand of rounds a while ago now. I've never seen it in a cabochon, ever. I
saw one cabochon the other night. We brought that one cabochon in a pear shape. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, and don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it was $29.95 for that one cabochon. Now, it was really big, huge pear shape, really sizable. This one, when you tilt it back and forth, you might not see it on the television, but because of the light's reflected, it's so lustrous. It's completely natural, 100% natural. One location gemstone, very rare, very collectible. Can you see, if you look at the white parts of it, I'm saying white because that's the easiest way to sort of differentiate it. It's got chatoyancy. That idea of chatoyancy, like a tiger's eye. Now, the reason I'm asking Linda if she's seen a size like this is because when you see it in a round, you don't really get the chance to see it. It's almost like layers and layers and layers. I'm going to give it to Linda. It genuinely looks like it's alive.
Yeah.
I seriously mean, when you move it back and forth, it simply, it looks like it's this amazing amethyst river with these wonderful pearl silks just sort of, roaming through. Linda, I'm going to let you see it and rock it back and forth. But when you see it, because it's so big, you can really understand this phenomenal gem, because when you see it in a round, you never really get as much chance to enjoy that sort of pearlescence, amazing quality they've got. Don't get me wrong, I love the agate and I love them. They're gorgeous, don't get me wrong. They are fantastic as well. But we get to see these on a daily basis. You get to see agate, you get to see this opportunity of your greens and your, is this venturine? Yeah.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
I know it's probably not a very good description, but if you imagine the tassels on a rug.
Yeah.
It looks like there's the tassels on the rug are being pulled through there and being trapped in there somehow. You know how they're going in and out and in and out and in and out?
It's like layers
I
and
honestly
layers
haven't seen a cabochon like that. I don't think I've seen one in that gemstone anyway. And as you say, it's quite an amazing thing to keep looking at.
It's hypnotic, honestly. Yeah. It looks like it's alive. It looks like it's got these phenomenal little fibres that are that's what I mean, like fibers, are pulsing. Yeah. Like if you, this is going to sound crazy, I'm bringing it back to Disney. Have you seen the Pocahontas and the big tree? What's it called? Mother Willow or something? Mm-hmm. And it comes alive and you can see the branches starting to sort of move. It's like there's like this pulse of electricity, this pulse of pearlescence, white mother of pearl, white pearlescence, just literally chatoyancy, just glowing. You need to get this home and you need to see it with your own naked eye, because for me it's ineffable. Words cannot describe the beauty of this. It's a phenomenal gem, a phenomenon gem, which means it's phenomenal. Words cannot describe this. Have you seen this properly with your own naked eye, Helena? I love it. It's lush. It's just fantastic. I can't, words will never do this gem justice. I would get this just to see it at home. just to see it with your naked eye, just to say you've seen natural shadowite. We've only had a very few pieces on our sister channel. I was one of the first to launch this on Gems TV, and it flew out the door. We only had about 14 designs. Nothing was this big. You get all 3 of them, but I have to say, without a shadow of a doubt, the shadowite is the reason I'd be getting this. Because as much as I would get these normally, it makes me think this is a must. Yeah, that's less than 1 shadowite alone. I'm sure it was $29.95 the other night when we launched the pear shape. So you're going to take all 3 to less. You're taking it down. Right. Shadowite, this one is $19.95 on its own. So you've just got another 2 for £1, 50p each. Come now. Oh my goodness gracious me. What a treat indeed. I just heard my producer spent one of my directors has spent £5 on ice. Shush! I wasn't far off with £7.30, was I? £5 on ice, which is in essence water, which you could freeze yourself.
Can I have a bucket of shadowite thrown over me instead?
Might be painful. Can I just put this up as a pendant? Because this, from there, is stunning. Are you in love or are you in love? I think everyone should pour it before the ice melts as well. So there's like hard chunks of ice hitting you.
I've got a nice sharp pair of snippers here. Might be coming your way in a minute.
Can't wait. To be fair, I wanted to join in. They said, well, it's already organised.
You did.
And you're going to be on the telly. We only got nominated yesterday, so. Jenny's in here, Pamela. I cannot congratulate you enough. Have you got yours though? You must get involved. This is $19.95 on its own. We've managed to break. Has this been seen before? It's been seen once. There are 53 in stock. Half has gone already. I've got those of you who've got it in your basket, which is great. If you've not called me already for this one, whether you're into gemstone, I wouldn't even make jewellery with this. It's like I would literally have it at my bedside table and look at it every day. It's supposed to be a really good gem for helping you get to sleep.
Really?
I'm supposed to put it under your pillow. It's supposed to help you, calm you. But then in the other sense, if you have it with you, it's also supposed to give you energy. So I don't, if you're sort of feeling fatigued. But I guess if you put it under your pillow and it helps you sleep, you're not going to feel fatigued.
True.
I guess.
True.
I can't guarantee that. Don't know, you get 30 days to put it under your pillow and find out. For $19.95, I hope you managed to, oh sorry, that's that one on its own, plus these two makes it 20, it doesn't make it $20.85. It's less than £1 for these two together. It's not normal. Mush normal, as my friends in Tunisia would say. Try and get a hold of it as soon as you can. It just means not normal. Right. I'm gonna move these swiftly off your screen because they are going very, very quickly. Did you get those satin cords? The satin, the lovely purple and hint of purple, as it was called earlier. That would go really, really well with the Swedet purple cord. That would be amazing. I don't want you to think I don't love the agate and the Venturina do, but I'm just being a bit naughty because I get to see those a little bit more on a daily basis than I do the shadowite. I've seen 2 shadowites, or sort of 3 shadowites in about a year on Jewellery Maker. That's it. Labradorite, right, where is this? Where am I getting it from? To the left, which is technically your right, but my left. Ooh! Talking of phenomenon gemstones, oh hello. Sorry, if you're a new viewer, you will find out I do tend to chat up the jewellery. I know, it's worrying. I'd rather that than men though, to be fair. Here we go. I do. I love it. I adore genuine gems. To be able to bring you this quality of a phenomenon stone. Phenomenon means it's something extra special that Mother Nature created. So, again, like we had with the shadowite, you are getting a gemstone that has a phenomenon about it. So there are natural inclusions within it that make this schiller. It's known as labradorescence. Any member of the feldspar family that has a blue schiller can be called labradorescence. Even a moonstone with a blue shimmer can be called labradorescence. Oh yeah. So, can you see that schiller in different angles? Now I've already got interest on the phone lines, which is so lovely to see. I'm not surprised. We don't really do that many top drill drops of labradorite, do we? We had a conversation the other day, or in fact I was talking and you were here, if you were watching this, and we were talking about if you were a mermaid, what colour would your tail be? And this would be my mermaid tail,
okay,
labradorite.
Yeah, see that, yeah, definitely.
Because it makes me think of
gemstone, isn't it?
Something unreal, something extra special.
There's just a really blinding blue flash flashing at me over here now.
Just the one?
Yeah. No, there's loads of them, but there's one particularly blue that's flashing at me.
In different angles, the way you look at it. If I hold my hand in a different way, you're going to get a blue shining at you that you didn't see the angle before, just by moving around. Now, ooh, would those garnets from earlier go with it?
Yeah, definitely.
Peacock pearls, what do you think?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, there's a jinx from you and our Helena, producer Helena. You both said that at the exact same time.
Definitely.
Oh, I think it's a unisex gem. I think, ladies and gents. But the way they're top drilled, they're quite elegant. It would actually, even just with a classic white pearl, just one or two of these drop down, that would be dreamy.
I really don't think there's a gemstone that it won't work. I'm a great believer in thinking gemstones work with gemstones anyway, full stop.
Yeah.
But I can see that's you know, the Nicole Kidman famous advert with the necklace that goes all the way down her back. I can just see that draper down, being all in labradorite all the way down the back.
Oh yes.
Can you imagine with just a really classy little black dress? But
oh yes.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
I don't have a little black dress like that, but now I want one.
Yeah.
Now I want, just so I can wear labradorite. Imagine that labradorite draping down your back.
Yeah, with the largest one just in the little pit at the back. Then.
Oh, hello there. Luxury or luxury. Ooh, with silver pearls.
Stop it.
Now, price points, what would you think? Labradorite is a favourite of many of yourselves who have watched throughout the years. For the past 4 years, 2 out of the 4 years, and I think we only started it in the second year, you chose this as your gem, your #1 gem. Out of all the gemstones we've had on offer, bear in mind some of them we've just sort of introduced this year, but out of all the gems we offered, Labradorite was a favourite in 2012 and 2013.
That's right.
So where? I said it was a favourite, you can't do that price if it's the favourite. Surely the price has got to be higher. No? And I'm blowing raspberries today. Raspberry price points we're going to. John, Christine, Tracy, Anonymous have already got theirs. I say Anonymous because a lot of people want to remain anonymous. They might be buying gifts, they might be buying strands of gemstones. They don't want the competitors in the same town or location to buy the same strands. You want to be able to make gemstone jewellery that's different. So you might want to remain anonymous for that reason. So don't worry, I won't read out your name. It won't be there for me to read as long as you let the call centre know. Free phone number 0800 644 655 to get involved, or on jewellerymaker.com. On the web you can get involved, whichever is most convenient for you. You can be anonymous. If not, you don't have to be. Maybe you join us usually during the working week and you want to remain anonymous at work because you want to pretend that you're working. That's fine, just don't tell me because I'll probably tell your boss. No, I won't. Well, I might, but not realise. Rhonda Kynan Taft's joined us, West Midlands joined us, Gwent, lots of multi-bids, Stirlingshire multi-bids, Gwent multi-bids, Yorkshire multi-bids, Dorset, Worcestershire, Suffolk, Lancashire. You will need to check this one out. There's a lot of you on the phone lines. Why do you think, for anyone watching for the first time, thinking, oh, everybody seems to be multi-bidding, why should I get 2? They are graduated, just so you know, from a 6x4 to 13x5mm. Sorry, Ben, that was me moving it. Linda, for anyone who's watching, why would you think you go for 2?
Well, you've just said why, really, because they are graduated. So just restrand that one, the first one, restrand it, and put a nice clasp on the back, and perhaps save one just for a token dangle on the back.
Oh, token dangle, I love a token dangle.
And then use the other one, the other strand then, to make that really long dangle, which you can, if you don't want to wear it at the back, you can wear that at the front, or you can just make that waterfall drop tassel.
So maybe a detachable one.
And at that price, you know, 2 of them, It's fabulous, really, isn't it? And then go and get your jewellery valued, because at the end of the day, jewellers don't see that much of Labradorite, do they?
No, absolutely not.
So they'll be pleased to see it, and they'll say, whoa, you've got an unusual gemstone here.
And it's natural. I would, if I was you, print out the authenticity certificate. Now, don't worry if you're not by a computer just now with a printer attached. It doesn't matter. You can do it off. You can print it off at any stage. As long as you've purchased it, you're going to have that record in your history. We've got that in the history, so you can print it off at any point. But I would print off the fact that it's completely natural, because it is so rare and it is so genuinely collectible. I know it's £7.95, and you think, oh, that's not rare then, is it? You could be, gosh, not far off that for some ice, but which is frozen water. But but you know what I mean. That is something that a lot of people will be expecting to be treated. A lot of people, and it's great if you've got people coming to your store or coming to your stall or coming to your stand, and they're asking about it.
Yeah,
you can
it's a
prove
talking
it's
point.
natural.
It's a talking point gemstone as well, just because of the phenomena of it. It's a bit like the Northern Lights, really. You just love talking about it, don't you?
And that's natural, isn't it?
And you want to see it, yeah.
So you can prove, because I remember when I joined this company, lots of gemstones in the world are treated. 95% of the world's sapphires are treated or heated in one way or another. So to get a natural gem, as much as we treat it for granted a little bit here in Jewellery Maker, a natural gemstone with having that much play of colour, which is known as chatoyan, known as labdorescence, is actually amazing. So prove that it's natural. I know we know it's natural, but oh, look at that one, it's got greens in there. It doesn't have to be blue, it can be golden, it can be yellow, it can be green. Oh, you can't, it's almost like a kind of Paraiba hue.
It's a dragonfly wing, isn't it?
Oh,
that's
yes.
what it is, that one.
Love this. Oh, right, I'm going to leave those there. Because I want to bring you some yellow sapphires. In a gold box. Yellowy gold box. Gems of distinction. How long is this strand? It looks like it's doubled over in this box. Longer than your average 16. It's an 18 centimeter strand. These are gorgeous. Have you ever seen a true, genuine yellow sapphire before? Canary yellow sapphire. They're amazing. They are dreamy. Everybody loves your canary yellows. A lot of people are wearing canary yellow diamonds. We don't have any yellow diamonds for you here in Jewellery Maker. We do on a sister channel, but not in Jewellery Maker. So for you to get that look, yellow sapphires would be the best. Opulence, elegance, sophistication, perfect colour matching, luster. Oh, I'm in love. Right, hold on a minute. Ooh, I've only got 33, just so you're aware. There are not many. There are never going to be many yellow sapphire strands. Have you ever even seen a yellow sapphire strand? Beautiful. One of the most sensational collectible varieties of your sapphires. How clean are these in their clarity? How much quality is each and every single one of these got? 20 carats of genuine yellow sapphires, which are blowing my mind right now. These are amazing. Oh, Linda.
They're stunning, aren't they? I mean, they really are stunning. When you say it's a yellow sapphire, that's exactly what it is. It is canary yellow. It is opulent. It is absolutely beautiful. And just a few of those, probably 5 of them on, the very fine chain we've just had earlier from an earring, just popped onto the end. Can you imagine just at the end of that gorgeous gold link fine chain, just as a little 5 sapphire bundle on the end with that nice, in that first findings kit that we showed, that lovely shepherd hook.
That would
so
be
neat. Do you know what? And that would be in a Bond Street window, that earring would.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It would, honestly. Yeah.
We did something similar. This was months and months and months ago. I think it was around about March, around about my birthday time. We had a strand of yellow sapphires, and our reading buddy at the time had made the pretty. They asked me what we would like made with the sapphire strand because we were so special. And we actually, I know, and I asked for a little bracelet and a collection of 5 sapphire bracelets I had by the end of the show, and it had just a little section about an inch worth, 2 inches worth, and then chain on either side with a clasp, and then one had a little bit less, one had a little bit more, and I wore 5 bracelets all with dainty chain and 5 separate little sections of sapphire. Still had a whole strand, half the strand left to make a ring. One of the big nugget rings, like a seed bead, but with yellow sapphires and gold in a ring. It was beautiful. It was dibbed straight away by the Late Show. They all went. I think the sapphire ring went to producer Danny, took it home for his mum or his girlfriend, one or the other, I'm not sure which. And we had the best night, just adoring these yellow sapphires. Everybody talks about yellow sapphires, but when do we ever get them?
No, we don't, do we? I think I've seen 1 strand in 2.5 years, personally.
1 strand?
Yeah, personally, yeah.
This one, or one, is this the second one you've seen?
That's the second one I've seen, that's all.
So, I'm a little bit concerned because I'm telling you this, how much we love it and adore it, and it's one of the most coveted of your sapphires, up there with your Papadasha sapphires, up there with your classic sapphires at $29.95. Now, I know a lot of people will be thinking, Ali, I haven't set aside £30, but if you were to set aside a price for sapphires of 20 carats, how much would you set aside? Well, more than our lowest ever price of $19.95. $19.95 we're at. That's all we're looking for. Now, if you were to go into jewellers with £20 and ask for 20 carats of classic canary yellow sapphires, you're gonna, I know you need to be quick on this. I think a lot of you are waiting and thinking, oh Ali, unless you give me a heads up on this. Normally I tend to give you a warning on Facebook or on Twitter, or on the show that I've got something of this caliber coming up. I wouldn't normally just sort of drop it in the middle of the show. I would give you a week's notice, I would give you time, but these are the last 33. I wouldn't have been able to give it for everybody because there's not enough, and I would feel really, really bad. For example, I had some amazing abalone shell a while ago, and we made sure everybody knew about it, but there just wasn't enough, so I didn't want that to happen, that there wasn't enough for you. So I wanted to save this for those of you who are here today who had already taken the time to tune in, to thank you. This is a big, big thank you from all of us here at Jewellery Maker for taking the time to watch the show and enjoy the show. I want to give you an instantly recognisable gemstone, one of the big, big top 3. It's your sapphires, your rubies, your emeralds, your diamonds. You know those 4 gemstones, you know them well, but you are getting the classic fancy sapphires for a price point that most people wouldn't even be able to get a piece of sort of faux jewellery for. For £20, you have got yourself what I consider to be the best deal we've offered on a canary yellow sapphire strand of 20 carats. There's no two ways about it, it's outstanding. 22 have already been allocated, they're going to get secured quickly. I don't mean to rush you. If you've got it in your basket, check it out because you're going to miss out, and I don't want that to happen. Thank you very, very much for joining us. My first thing to say would be print off your authenticity card. You know I'm going to say that because that's free anyway. Don't worry if you don't have a printer, we can send you a laminated one. It will be 50p, but when you're getting how many, £10 saving, I think 50p is one to get. Make sure you've got that. Congratulations, it's sold out. I hope you got one. Commiserations if you missed out. You can understand, I hope, why I didn't put this on Facebook or Twitter, because there's not enough, and I didn't want to make more people disappointed than I had opportunities. So I hope you've got one, I really do, and I have to say massive congratulations. I'm not going to fib, I'm very, very, very envious. Well done you. Right. You told me, but I wasn't really listening. I was in love with that. Let you remember, I love it. We don't know what's going on. Is that some cabochons coming up tonight, Pete, by the way? Are they on tonight's show?
Yeah, they are.
There's some amazing cabochons coming up for you tonight. Oh, is this Brazilian emeralds? I think I may have brought you this strand the other day, completely natural Brazilian emeralds. Let me show you this. Oh, they're not, they're African. Well, whether we bought it in Africa. Have we got any information on treatments on it? It's completely natural. It's amazing. It's amazing in quality. Can you see the graduation? Now what you're getting here is the look of Colombian emeralds, Zambian emeralds, Brazilian emeralds. Bear in mind you'll have chromium and vanadium, which are giving your emeralds colour, depending on the location of your emeralds, where it's been found. This is a lush example of some of the finest emeralds we've got available to you here on Jewellery Maker. They've got luster. Can you see that the darker emeralds, the darker tone, the more saturated emeralds give you more of a luster, and that the emeralds with a softer saturation, more of a pastel shade, give you more brilliance. Can you see that? Can you see the difference? So more of the sparkle from inside, which is the brilliance on the more pastel shades, and more of the luster from the surface on your deep saturated stones, your darker greens, the deeper tone, because with those you're getting yourself more opportunity for luster. So you've got a great option here, whether you just simply restrand it. This actual strand is inspired by, and I'm not going to fib for you, is copied from our sister channel Gemporia, Gems TV, Rocks TV. You may have seen it, where we do strand necklaces from our Gems of Distinction, and we have a gold clasp on the end of it, and they would be closing around £149. Now, we don't have a gold clasp on here. This is not a finished necklace. This is a strand of genuine gems. We here at Jewellery Maker are doing everything we can to help you make your own jewellery. We thought of this concept a few years ago on our sister channel, which has now been running for 10 years. And we thought, what could we do? We've got all these great discounts to make jewellery, but there's a lot of jewellers out there who actually want to make it themselves, who don't want to buy finished pieces of jewellery. So how do we involve you? So we thought, I know, we'll just offer you similar ideas to what we offer on our sister channel, or use our buying power to get great deals, which is exactly what we've done, to bring you natural emeralds. Again, just like I would with a sapphire strand, just like I would with a labradorite, because it's natural, this strand. Print off your authenticity certificate. I can't say that without enough encouragement to you. It's what? A little bit of ink on a printer, or you can get a 50p copy. We can get it laminated and send you like a sort of credit card size if you want to keep it. I would keep it. Get one for yourself, pass down the family in generations. If you decided that you want to make some jewellery with it, then I maybe personally get two. Because if you think about it, you don't want to in years to come think, oh, I had a lovely strand of emeralds, I wonder what that would have been valued at now. You can get it appraised, get it valued. Just because it's a strand of gemstones and we're doing an exceptionally low price doesn't mean it's not worth getting valued.
I actually think you need to sort of go in and be prepared for a big shock when you do take them in to be valued.
Well, we had a lady the other day, we're dropping the price, just so you know. Don't know what this is all about. $21.95, lowest ever recorded price. Why? Well, I don't really know. I think it's because they're all getting a little bit nervous about this ice bucket challenge, that they're all just trying to get lots on and off. Maybe it's they're being kind to me because I'm with you for 6 hours straight today. They thought, oh, I know. How's about we'll just go to record low prices and make it really, really busy on a Saturday night. But do you know what I think the real reason for us dropping it? It's because on a Saturday and Sunday, we've got more opportunity for ladies and gentlemen who don't normally join us during the week, because a lot of people will be busy in a working week. On Monday to Friday, you might not necessarily get the time to tune in. So we want to, I don't know, maybe encourage you, I guess, entice you to join us on a Saturday afternoon in the hope that maybe one day during the week you'll join me as well. Just once, now and again. Be lovely to have your company. Thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate myself and Linda. Well, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so thank you so much. Emeralds at $21.95. You've got 30 days, 30-day money-back guarantee. If you change your mind, post it back, pop it in the post, and we will, no quibble money-back guarantee. We're not going to ask you why you changed your mind on your emeralds. We're going to gladly accept them and keep them for ourselves. But at £21.95, I know you might look at this and think, oh, well, I saw a strand of emeralds and an emerald strand with the bundle of the pearls, and that was really, really low in price. It was, but it's a different caliber of emeralds. These are all colour matched, they're graduated for you, they're hand faceted, so there's a difference. It depends what you're after. If you want a creme de la creme in our faceted emeralds, then this is the one for you. We have dropped the price in the hope that regular viewers will be, of course, treating themselves, but also maybe those of you who have seen emeralds in the past but never actually gone for it, making today the day where you actually give it a go. Emeralds is May's birthstone, as many of you will know. Great anniversary gift gemstone as well. Jenny's in Gloucestershire, multi-bidding on this. Janice, Barbara, Joan, Gillian, Joe as well. Lillian's in there as well. Great in London. Thank you very, very much. At that price point, well, 30 days to go into jewellers and see if you can get 20 carats of emeralds at any price. Yeah. Any price for 20 carats of emeralds. I'm not even bothered about the price I'm going to offer you, because I don't think, genuinely, with no disrespect to the jewellers, I think we're just very fortunate. I don't think you're going to get emeralds of 20 carats at any high street jewellers.
No, I think perhaps what we need to do is for you to hold that strand out like that, and then us imagine the little gold clasp on the end, and then imagine that as your necklace. And then you would be prepared to pay 3 figures, wouldn't you, in the jeweller shop? Easily. Just imagine the clasp on there. Don't look at it on the temporary strand. See it as a finished piece of jewellery in your head. That's it for me.
That's the ease with this strand as well, because it's colour graduated for you as well. What I was meant to say, actually, I get a message, my memory serves me correctly, it's from a lady called Amanda who took the time to message us to say that she'd had I believe it was a pearl necklace that she'd made valued, and it was valued at over £400.
Yes, that's right. That's absolutely right.
So don't think because it's £21.95 that it's not one that you shouldn't get valued. It's emeralds. It's 20 carats of emeralds. Definitely give it a go. Definitely. Right, I've got a bundle. Oh, right, that was from 7 as well, wasn't it? Oh, these are hello. These are lush. How long is it? It's a little bit long. Do you not think, these strands? Oh, hello. Right, I'll show you these two and I'll show you that one in a minute. Right, if you've just tuned in now, Ali, it's great to see you. I've got Linda with me for not much longer, actually, before she gets wet. Sorry, Linda. Oh, it's all for a great cause. Right, 220 carats of marvellous moonstone. So, cream moonstone I've got for you, rainbow moonstone and multicolour moonstone. So we're looking at 8x4mm to 10x5mm, 30cm strand, 70 carats worth, which is this one here, your bigger one. Then we're looking at here. Oh, hello. A little bit of your rainbow moonstone, graduated regular plain drops, 2x1mm to 7x1. So the difference with your rainbow moonstone means you're seeing a little bit of rainbow shiller to them. Blues in there, purples in there, lilacs in there. This is actually, you don't usually get that much from a big drop strand like this, but there's so much moonstone shiller in here. These are fantastic. It's got a couple of inclusions in them, but they're natural genuine gems. Not surprised. Now this is a 37cm strand, this rainbow moonstone, 70 carats worth, irregular plain drops, top drilled for you. As well as your, now it says cream. This for me isn't cream, this is your, known as your white moonstone, because you get a white shiller, as opposed to a blue shiller, it's white. Don't know if you can see that, but it's like a mother of pearl. I don't think white moonstone gets enough, in any way, enough attention. And it wasn't until one of my dear friends mentioned to me when I was helping her choose gems for her tiara for her wedding day, when I suggested rainbow moonstone, she said, oh, that's lovely, but I'm not wearing any blue, so I don't want a blue shiller. She went, have you got one that's got a white shiller? And I thought, oh, it hadn't even crossed my mind. And then I thought, white moonstone, pearl essence, pearly whites, shimmery whites. I don't think it gets enough of enough credit, this gemstone.
No, I think you're right.
In the white version.
Steve Bennett, I was watching him a couple of weeks ago, and he was doing silver moonstone and rainbow moonstone and white moonstone, and he was just brilliant. You could see his passion for the gemstone.
It's such an outstanding gem that will, because of the price we can get, can become quite frustrating, because I don't think anyone will ever look at it in the same light. Because when you put a price point to something, well, straight away you're thinking of a value and a worth. We don't ever try to imply value or worth with our price points. We just try in Jewellery Maker to make sure it's obtainable for you, as affordable as possible, to make your jewellery as affordable as possible, so you can actually make profit when you sell it. But when you see strands like this, Linda was mentioning silver moonstone. Now, technically the official name of it is grey moonstone, but that's not doing it any justice. You are getting what to me is just the most elegant. I mean, that would go perfectly with what you're wearing today, Linda. Straight away.
Moonstone's going to work with any outfit, because it'll almost respond, won't it, to what you're wearing.
Most definitely. It's a sophisticated stone, it's an elegant stone. This strand, I think, straight away, I'm thinking of bridesmaids or mother of the bride. Any age range can wear Moonstone. It's not particularly sophisticated. Even though it looks sophisticated, you could wear it during the day. You could give it to a flower girl. It could be a daytime piece. It's not necessarily something that you have to be wearing a fancy ball gown with. You could wear this during the day. The price point we're going, I would be happy for just this one strand on its own. But you're getting 3. The strand on its own. Huh? I don't understand. What have I missed? No, hold on. How much is this on its own? Not $11.95. Why is this not 11? Who is in charge of our pricing these days? I think we need to have a word, Linda, because I'm a little bit, not gonna lie, a little bit upset right now. Why is this less than $11.95 on its own? Why? And why are you going to go lower than $11.85 for all of it?
For all of it?
I just going lower.
Oh, right.
I thought that $11.95. I thought my producer Helena was telling me the price of this strand was $11.95 and then we'll add on the other 2. No.
So did I.
$7.85, you fool! You fool! I can't Adam and Eve it. Jokers in the gallery today. Helena, I love you, but I'm glad I've only got another few minutes with you because I don't know how I'm going to handle price. Oh no, I've got Liam. King Liam coming up next. He's doing clearance from 5 to 5:30. So this is giving you an idea of what clearance is all about, because this is how you clear all the Moonstone we have in the building. Linda, what do we do? What do you do when this happens? Makes me want to cry.
I'm a little bit dual personality. I work here and I think, oh, I won't be working here much longer if we sell it at this prices. And then the jewellery maker inside me thinks, yes.
Yeah. I'm the exact same, but I'm not at home, so I can't join in. And I'm not finishing at 5 today. Technically, I'm supposed to be finishing 5. I was meant to be from 1 till 5, but I'm now here till 9 p.m. So I'm going to have from 9, I can't join in. I've not got 60 minutes to join in. I can't get involved.
Gosh, I don't know.
This is not right. But it's okay, because Helen, she's gone and dropped the price anyway. Please, please, please don't ever think that I'm not happy for you or I don't think it's a great price for you. When I get sad about the price, it's only because I know how much these genuine gemstones cost and because I know how difficult it is to get a hold of them. And 10 years of buying experience and 10 years of friendships and 10 years of trust being built between ourselves and our buyers is invaluable. So to be able to get these price points, as long as you appreciate, as long as you take away from this, that this isn't easy. This is a great price. It's too low in my opinion, but it's brilliant for you. Just as long as you don't think Moonstone should be $7.85 for 3 strands, that's all.
I mean, this might sound a bit bonkers and a bit flash, but I bought a pair of tights yesterday because you know it's gone a bit cold.
Yes.
I bought a pair of tights.
Tights are expensive.
They were two lots of that. I bought a pair of tights, which this time next week will have a hole in them.
Yeah.
And those won't. Exactly.
Well, they do all have holes
that's
in
how
them.
It sort of
They've all got holes in them, but
but
you want these holes.
I mean. They won't be usable, but they'll be usable forever. They will.
Oh no, tights are really expensive. If you want like thick ones, I like thick tights. I'm not into this sort of thin, like 15 denier business. Yeah. No, 60 for me. I like them to be thick.
Yeah, but they'll be in the bin in 2 weeks, Annie. Those tights will be in the bin.
Yeah, the suck-in tummy ones as well. They're even more expensive, aren't they?
Yeah.
Suck it all in. I love those. Love it. $7.90. Sorry, if there's any gentlemen watching, they'll be thinking, sorry, what? Suck it in. You're ruining my impression of ladies. I thought they were just always.
Yeah, you're giving away all our secrets. All our secrets.
Giving it away. Sorry, ladies. But yeah, well, it's £7.85. As one of my producers on the late shift would tell you, that's a pint and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Most gentlemen when they go out, or ladies when they go out, will have more than one drink of an evening. How much is a glass of wine?
I know.
Glass of vino.
Actually, yeah, you're right. We were at a function last weekend and we had a drink before we went into the function, and a glass of wine was £10.
So less one glass, you've got this coming through your door. One glass less. It's not saying you can't have a glass, just have one less. And then you can get all this. Maybe you want to get some findings. Anything you might have seen, you can go back and get a hold of. These won't be here for long. I'll hold your hand if you want, Ben. I'm going to leave this with you. Sorry, if you wonder why I'm selling Ben, I'll hold his hand. It's because he's doing the LS Ice Bucket Challenge, as is quite a lot of the team here at Jewellery Maker. I'm not allowed to join in, as you know, because I'm going to be here till 9 o'clock, so if I was soaking wet, it's probably not the best thing on my first day of 9 days in a row. But Ben's getting a little bit nervous. Ben, don't get nervous. You can all hold hands.
Like 2 days ago.
You had the flu 2 days ago. Do you not want to do it? You don't have to do it.
No, I'm going to
Why don't you throw water on someone else?
I'm going to do it. My one
He's going to do it.
My one grievance with it is how the water's been left to brew for the last half an hour, so it's going to be...
the water's been in ice for the last half an hour.
They keep topping it up with more ice. Oh, God. We'll come in, Ben, actually, when the late show starts, after we've been divulging, and we'll go...
Yeah.
Like that.
You're going to what? Come in after the late... I can't find what's on the screen, by the way, just so you know.
And we're going to come and shake, rattle and roll and splash.
Oh, I found it. You're going to come and what?
You're going to come in and we're going to go...
I don't mind getting wet. I've not got a problem with it.
Okay, it's just convenient.
I can say that because I can.
It's convenient that you're working, yeah.
If you read the emails this morning, Liam, did I not email and say, I'm more than happy to do the Ice Bucket Challenge, who wants to get involved? And then I realised you'd all organised it yesterday. So no, it's not, Paul, it's fine, no problem. I'd rather not get the cold before my first 9 days, but... So, we've got some hearts for you. 210 carats of fluorite, you've got, and that's just your heart alone, 14mm heart. Now when do we ever get a fluorite heart? What's lovely about them is every single one will be individual. It's almost got a little bit of purple on one side and pink on the other and green on the other. It's all a little bit mixed, isn't it? You've also got in there your bright hot pink shell hollow hearts of 14mm, where you can put some, it'd be nice if you put those garnets, those 2mm round garnets, Merle, you could put them in the middle, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
That would be cute. You've got green aventurine in your hearts of 75 carats, 8mm hearts. That's these ones here. Oh, that's those ones there. And then you've got your green coloured dyed agate hearts of 34mm strands. Oh, sorry, this is your agate. Forgive me, this is your agate. I thought there was 2 fluorites. It's 40 carats. I thought that was a bit unreal when I said 210 carats. 40 carats for your green coloured agate. It's because I was holding over the pink, it gave a pink sheen to it. Can you see that? It looks like it's pink, it's not. It's just clear on one side. The way I was holding it made me think it was part of our fluorite. These are your fluorite hearts. You get a whole strand of fluorite hearts. Forgive me. You are getting 8mm in your aventurine hearts, and you're getting 14mm in your fluorite hearts. Pink shell hollow hearts are 14mm, and you've got yourself a 40 carats green coloured agate. All of this for one price. What price could you think? Could you handle? Would you like?
They're stash builders. Oh my word. Oh, it's not going to stay there, is it? I can feel it in me cold water that's going to be happening.
You can already feel that cold water with ice that's not been poured on you. I just saw Pete walk in with a big bucket, and I wonder what it was. It's a lot of your strands is coming up later. I just saw him walk in the door. I was like, what's that? I was like, there's electrical equipment here. You can't do it here. Oh, hello. Coming in. Slipping in. £10.80. Now, fluorite alone, you would normally expect to be a higher price point gemstone straight away.
Definitely.
To get all matching hearts. Hearts are, well, straight away, I know Mark Smith, who's one of our guest designers, who's on with me tomorrow night for a Myths and Legends show that we're having. He would use them as earring strands. I mean, how nice would that be to have a smaller aventurine and then a big fluorite below it? Would that be pretty?
Definitely, it would be lovely.
What would you think, nice. Linda? What would you use them for?
Well,
soutache for your heart, maybe?
Yeah. But I would really like to use that heart on the end of a chain, as you say, and then I would most definitely have a real trickle coming from off of the chain. Have a real trickle coming in the front of the heart.
Ooh, I want to see a heart trickle. Where are you going?
My heart's going to be trickling in a minute.
Yeah, the water down your neck. Not mine. Are you getting wet as well, Helena? We're throwing some ice on them. Well, I'm not. I'm just going to watch. I'm going to go outside and watch. I might record the screams.
Thanks.
You can get me back, Linda, one day.
Oh, trust me. Don't tempt me.
Right. Oh, have we stopped this then? All right. We're not doing that anymore. It's done. We're going to put the challenge... Oh, is this the aquamarine that you were looking at earlier with Lucy?
Yes, exactly. Right. Excuse me, leaning across you.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's really pretty. The aquamarine being so vibrant against... sorry, the turquoise being so vibrant against the aquamarine. The necklace, I mean, I haven't had time to do very much, I'm afraid, but I've got tons left over. But the necklace I saw in my head straight away, that tassel with the aquamarine little teardrops coming up over the side, and a triple layer of chain, and then sort of semi-balanced, as it were, in an asymmetric way with one layer of chain. And I just think bracelets like that, Ali, are just so pretty.
I have dibsed your bracelet.
Yeah, I just think, especially with that the clasp being quite a dramatic clasp, and then putting those delicate gemstones on it, the gold chain.
For this.
It really works.
I've dibsed it.
That's
Can
fine.
I have it?
Yeah.
I love it.
It is. I mean, I think the thing is, what you've demonstrated now is the fact that pop it on a living, breathing person, rather than, you know, the bracelet stand.
That's why I love to put it all on.
Yeah, and things, magic happens.
It's not the same when you just see it on a stand.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't bring any life to it, does it? It just gives an idea of what it's
tone. Do you want to see earrings?
I mean, I showed Paulie yesterday. There were a pair of earrings in a magazine, American magazine. There were a pair of aquamarine earrings with one drop on, and have you got your hat on tight? These earrings were $1,082. That's one drop on a chain. Okay, it might be 9-carat gold chain. That's a gold-plated chain. And they were $1,082.
To be fair, I'm not surprised, because aquamarine can fetch an absolute fortune, but I think we forget that here on Jewellery Maker. Yeah. You are using genuine aquamarine.
And I'm not saying that, you know, hand on heart.
We're not comparing the quality
but I am comparing the look.
The gemstone.
I'm comparing
the
look.
gems.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I always think, always, if you think it, you love it, go and get it valued. Linda, when are you next back with us? Monday?
If I'm well.
Oh, you'll be well. Producer Danny is very much looking forward to joining you. I know he's already getting bundles put together. I said, oh, Linda loves her boutiques. So you can have a great show on Monday afternoon with the lovely Linda. I will be back on the other side of actually, maybe a little bit longer. Time to top up your tea, maybe. Get yourself maybe a wee sandwich. A biscuit. Because Linda and the Jewellery Maker team are about to take part in the ALS challenge. You can't watch it just now, but you will be able to watch it later on Facebook, probably tomorrow and the next day. They're going to get some cold ice thrown at them, and I'm going to watch. And then I'll take you through the rest of the late show with amazing, amazing cabochons and the most amazing smoky quartz. We'll see you very, very shortly.
Hi Jewellery Makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching over to channel 64. Our brand new 24-hour channel is available to the majority of homes in the UK, so